Hello, and welcome back to Disco Elysium. Continue. Right, what am I doing? Shit. I can't remember what I'm doing. Let's see. Student with a project. I can't do it yet. Offer figurines. I can't do that yet. No. Oh yeah, I got the address. Yeah. I first will try the machine. Actually, did I try the machine?
This orange machine is
It's locked. Alright, well, whatever. Yeah, try empathy here.
Fuck, does Kuno care? Kuno.
I could have put a point in empathy, but nah. So she was supposed to be here, but she's not here anymore. So I'm gonna go find her. And she should be in these apartments here.
Trying to sneak.
Money. Not sure why I didn't have that, but whatever. Maybe it's because my perception's higher. Let me even see what my perception is. Then. Oh. Is it here? Nah. Whatever. Let's hop in here.
a weathered brown door. The number reads 20.
Yeah, I couldn't get in here before.
Something smells good. Soup allons-yo.
Alright,
The lieutenant motions to you to go ahead and knock.
bash the door.
This is the door. You already know it's the right door. This is going to be so hard.
Wait, it actually said the result there. Usually it doesn't do that. Hold on, Kim. We should discuss this before we move on. What should we expect?
You're right. Let's talk this through.
He looks at the apartment door and lowers his voice a bit.
You hear light footsteps passing by the door and some folk music playing on the radio.
We have our first preliminary identification. In all likelihood, the deceased is the husband of Billy Méjean. We need to confirm this, as
Billy
well as
Méjean.
deliver the death notification to Billy herself. Now, delivering a death notification is never an easy task. There's a reason why it's often called the most stressful part of our job. This is why it's usually done in pairs. You got this. I'll be monitoring reactions, ready to act if necessary.
Do you have any advice on how to tell her he is?
Dead? Just don't say that you know how they feel. You don't.
I might.
Good advice.
Not if I don't want to do this.
Yes, it's hard. But there is no easy way to handle this information. It just has to happen, as soon as possible.
Kim, I don't want to do this. Let's turn around.
We can't. Someone has to deliver the news. Let's go.
This only makes it harder. Here comes the pain.
Alright, knock.
Hello? Who is it?
It is her. A voice calls out from the other side of the door.
And someone turns down the radio.
Let's look at the lieutenant first.
He gives you a short, encouraging nod.
Is this Billy Machine's home? This is the police. Please open the door.
The police. A moment, please give us a moment.
You hear shuffling inside.
Tidying up. Nervously. There's
Nervously.
fear in her voice.
Come in. The door is open.
Tidying up, we'll see about that. Empty pack of red Astra cigarettes hidden under the bed. Same brand of cigarettes you found in the trash next to the deceased. Windows covered in old newspaper clippings.
It's you from the bookstand. Did you come to bring my cockatoo back?
She smiles nervously before the smile vanishes from her face.
I don't think I introduced myself properly. I'm Billy. Would you like something to drink? Tea? Lemonade? We're out of coffee.
I'll have tea.
The lieutenant has taken off his foggy glasses and is busy cleaning them in his handkerchief for now. You're on your own here. He must feel vulnerable without his glasses. Is this why he's letting you take the lead?
Not now. I want to actually check my mind. Can't they afford curtains? Packages of humanitarian aid macaronis. Some leftovers kept warm on a stovetop. Smells like a buckwheat and onions here. A chalk drawn height chart for children's growth over the years. Yeah, she did mention she have a daughter. Posters of contemporary pop stars adorn the walls. Clock is ticking away with an odd cheerfulness. The ticking makes you anxious, rings hollow in the room. Textbook for high school, mathematics, trigonometry mostly. Hello.
Yes?
No, I'm not gonna try to smell him again. Let's do this. Let's equip this. The ledger of failure and hatred. And the thousand, because of obviously.
It's you from the bookstand. I don't think I
The lieutenant, he must feel vulnerable without his glasses. Is this why he's letting you take the lead?
Thanks, but I'm alright. I'm not really here for the tea.
Is this about Victor, my husband? Is he in some kind of trouble again? I can come pick him up in the station if that's what.
She stops, her eyes trying to read answers from your face.
No, this is something much worse. Is he in a hospital? How bad is it?
Well, he is dead.
It's like ripping off a bandage. The least painful way is to do it straight away, without stalling.
Without stalling. Well, yeah. Kim is here, identified the leather jacket, identified the library card, lieutenant's handkerchief. Pain threshold, challenging success. It's telling me, yeah, sure, but... Red chick cannot be retried. Want to ask these stuff, but whatever. Let's do it. Tell her about the dead body.
I don't want to.
Wait, what?
There has been enough pain.
But we have to.
I don't want to do this.
I don't want to do this. Seems like there's a part of me that refuses to do this. Sorry, stupid, just say it.
Do what?
Officer,
Too late. You ruined it. Just say it now.
Your husband's dead. Why'd that hurt me?
Excuse me? What? What did you say?
She's in pain. She's in so much pain.
Godly failure.
And so are you. Your chest is burning.
we are very sorry to inform you, but your husband, Victor Méjean, was found dead this morning on the Martinez boardwalk.
Oh,
She touches her neck, eyes pale like pearls in seawater.
oh. But he was just...
With 2 cigarette butts are still in the tray.
He was just here, alive.
I understand that this comes as a huge shock. I want you to know that me and my partner are here for you if you have any questions. We are very sorry for your loss, ma'am.
What happened to him? Tell me.
Her neck and cheeks are covered with red blotches. Her double chin is shaking. He drank himself to death. He fell and smashed his head against the bench. Trust me, ma'am, you don't want to know. He fell and smashed his head against the bench.
And you just found him there? Lying in the cold.
She shakes her head.
How long had he been there?
It's hard to say. For a few days at least. Very long, ma'am. I'm sorry. A few days at least.
She doesn't reply. Her eyes well up with tears as she struggles to keep it together. You hear the clock ticking in the children's room.
Yeah.
Is there anyone we could call for you? A friend, a family member, someone who could be here for you?
Yeah, your daughters?
No. I just need to tell my girls.
The air gets sucked out of her lungs suddenly.
It burns like acid.
God, should I call them? Should I tell them to come home?
Smack your lips. Look away. Yes. Smack your lips.
All right. I'll call them.
She breathes again and again, trying to steady herself.
Just tell me, what do I need to do next? Where is he? Can I see him?
For God's sake, lie.
I don't know where they go. He's still there on the boardwalk. He's in the morgue. For God's sake, lie. But he didn't say sire. He's still there on the boardwalk.
You haven't even taken him away?
There's alarm in her voice.
No, we have. He was taken to the city morgue. The local coroner will be contacting you shortly to arrange the funeral. Here's his number, in case you want to contact him earlier.
He hands her a leaflet with the morgue's contact information.
Is there anything else that the RCM could do for you?
No, I'll call you if something comes up. I'm still a bit...
Sorry I couldn't do this. I have a brain condition. Tap on your head. Alright, that's it then.
a brain condition.
Yes, you're a total fucking horror show.
I drank too much and now I can't do anything right anymore. You know what? Doesn't matter. I'll just leave.
Yes, that's what happened to Victor too.
Apologies. My partner did not mean to make light of the situation.
You know what? It doesn't matter. I'll just leave. Alright, that's it then.
Again, if there's anything we could do for you, then don't hesitate to call the RCM, ma'am.
She just nods, distant and inconsolable. The bed springs rattle beneath her as she begins to shake.
I'll take it from here. Thank you.
Holding herself back.
We should step outside and talk.
Set the library card by her. Leave the room. Could have pawned it. Alright, let's talk.
So, the death notification.
Lieutenant says as soon as you've left the apartment.
He's avoiding your gaze. This is the time to say how sorry you are about how things went.
That did not go... I'm sorry, I know I fucked up. There's nothing to discuss, let's move on. That did not go...
Well? No, it didn't.
Sorry, I know I fucked up.
It's alright, don't worry about it.
So I just wander over the streets.
I'll call the station when we're finished with the day, and let them know the name of the deceased.
That's it?
That's it. We should get back to our case. There's nothing more we can do here.
What about Billy and her kids?
There's not much we can do for them anymore, I'm afraid.
Right, let's get back to it then.
And, officer, I've seen worse. This wasn't the worst I've seen, okay? Now let's go.
Well, let's go back in. Oh, I can't. Oh well.
This door is made of metal and appears...
I thought I could just go in. Apparently not. Well, anyway, I delivered the news. So... No. Talk to my thoughts.
Master Investigator, You just can't keep yourself away from locked and hidden places, can you?
What do you mean? I'm unbound to investigate every square inch of this world. I'm not some sort of a peeper.
Nothing. You're right. Get in there. Deep. Invade every personal space. Break every lock.
I'm just browsing.
Yes, that's what it is. A quick peek here.
Jamrock
A
shuffle.
short glance there. It's all quite delectable.
Delectable. Oh, I have all this shit. You know, maybe I don't need this. Confusing behavior, the Jamrock Shuffle. Insomnia. 20 hours. Alright, let's do this. A Jamrock Shuffle. See what we get. Book 16 Days of Coldest April. The cover features a row of concrete buildings with a monochrome rainbow in the sky. It tells a rather excruciating story about two lovers during a period of ethnic unrest in Yugograd. The book has been filed under psychological realism.
In your hands, you hold 16 Days of Coldest April by Yekaterina Dahl. The cover image shows a row of concrete apartments above which span a black and white rainbow.
Feels heavy.
Indeed, the book is unusually heavy in your hands, as though the cover were lined with lead.
Well, is it?
It would do that in Grad.
Oh, how long is this book anyway?
You flip through the book. The pages are thinner than you realized, and the type quite small and tightly set. It's nearly 600 pages long.
Oh my god. Look at the back cover.
The back cover is dominated by a black and white photograph of the author.
What does she look like?
She can't be much older than her mid-30s in this photograph. And yet, from this cover, the eyes of a sad old woman stare back at you.
Start reading.
In cold, detached prose, the author describes a scene from one of the Yugograd riots in the 20s. Youths overturned motor carriages and set trash cans ablaze, while heavily armored guardsmen dash in and disperse them in a flurry of baton blows. The Yugograd riots took place from 27 to 29. Fueled by ethnic unrest and the state's repressive tactics, these events are often seen as marking the end of a brief period of liberalization known as the Yugograd Spring. Like all such periods, it is frequently memorialized in art and literature. As ethnic tensions run wild, a pair of young lovers meet each other on the street. Somehow, in the middle of all the chaos, they manage to lock arms and look into each other's eyes.
What happens next?
It would physically hurt you to keep reading. Are you sure?
Physically?
Fuck it. Do it. It can't be worse than what you've already felt.
I do have 3 charges, so read 10 more pages.
They go through a brief and somewhat awkward love affair.
Okay, it's morale.
And in the end, they betray each other and succumb to the absurdity of Gradian love.
How's
You
this?
feel something in your chest, an unnatural pressure. It's spreading to your left arm, your jaw.
So I'm guessing this is bad.
Very, very bad.
It all go.
There's no shame. Cop suffers final heart.
God fucking damn it. I think I lost more. I think I lost quite a bit of what do you call it? Morale. I lost too much morale. And I didn't realize that I actually lost that much morale. And he died.
It's the ledger you found in the trash. Arson, petty theft, spout. You don't exactly. It takes about half an hour to piece one together. Using the system.
The square
you've
bullet hole
devised.
murders.
It would be very interesting to read about these, wouldn't it? I mean, there seems to be a square-shaped entry wound in the victim's forehead. She's been sitting there for weeks, on her rocking chair, with a square hole in her skull, staring at the wall, her mouth agape.
Did she get staked in the head? But
That's all you got. From the half hour you spent piecing it together, all you know is the entry wound was square-shaped. You never found the bullet. And then another body showed up, also with a square hole in his forehead.
sequence killer?
Who knows? Those pages are missing. What next? Don't worry. One day.
One day. Also, it's unsolved case. The couch in an unexpected location.
Some assholes brought their couch outside and hung out on it. In the
Okay.
middle of the street, on the roof, on
the
the
roof.
hillside by the motorway. You know, at an unexpected location. They were young, and they thought they looked cool on it.
They actually look like assholes. They look really cool like models. They look really cool like a rock band. Hell yeah.
Yes, as you said here, insufferable rock and roll assholes. Young people are the worst. So anyway, you got a complaint about the damn sofa, or couch, or whatever it was.
Why? It's just on the roof.
They were leaving it out in all these unexpected and whimsical locations.
They're leaving
took it
couches
to-
everywhere.
Where they also took photos of themselves on it, and smoked cigarettes, and drank coffee because they felt it's intellectual.
Sure.
Cigarette butts, coffee cups, stupid couch. You had to clean it all up, and you did. So congratulations to you. Case solved.
Did I ever catch those guys?
No, you didn't have time for that. These notes show that you have what is called a real goddamn job. You don't have time to be chasing down the couch assholes. You have a real job to do. What next?
Murder at the hookah parlor.
Murder. Tum tum tum. At the hookah parlor.
Tum tum tum.
Was a case originally assigned to an officer called Joseph Mills, who is now dead.
Now
Of
dead.
circumstances completely unconnected to murder at the hookah parlor.
Wait. How?
Beaten to death by a throng of Villalobos gang members when him and his partner J.M., only initials mentioned, answered a call one night. It's a sad story, and it isn't really represented in your case files. Stop stalling and get to the murder at the hookah parlor.
Right. On with the murder.
Joseph Mills was on this case that he just couldn't solve. Was doing it solo. Said it was a real nutcracker, a real brain twister. Was on it for, like, a month. The captain got impatient. Shit or get off the pot, Mills. Mills didn't get off the pot. Not yet. He kept at it for a couple of weeks more, racking his brains, running
J.M.?
with every theory, as outlandish as they seemed. Still couldn't solve the murder at the hookah parlor. Tough case, he said. Toughest he's ever had.
Was Joseph Mills a good cop?
No, he was awful.
Awful.
Awful sense of humor, too. The worst jokes you've ever heard. Really rapey. Still, he'd been on it for months now. Said it was the final case. Said it was uncrackable. That murderer vanished into thin air. That goddamn hookah parlor was all he talked about.
Really likes that hookah parlor.
Okay, so the case is handed to you because Mills isn't getting anywhere, and you look into it. Here's the setup. A young man is found dead in a hookah parlor. You know, those places where you go and smoke bubblegum-flavored vapor all day.
Can you get high off it?
No, it's soot and water vapor. It doesn't do anything.
Really cool. Yeah, very disco.
Yeah, really lame. So anyway, young man in his 20s found with his skull busted open, right on the floor of the hookah parlor, in the middle of the day. No one else is in there, only client that day. In perfect health too. Some kind of movie producer. No one enters, no one exits. He's just sucking on his watermelon hookah all morning, all noon, like he usually does. He's a regular. No calls, nothing. Just sucking on the hookah until 15:45. Then bam, he's dead on the floor with his skull busted open, blood everywhere. What happened? How can it be? Mills has no idea. Invisible assassin, movie deal gone sour. Girl at the counter did it.
The answer is
Nothing
pizza.
fits. Eerie. Man just dropped dead. So you go to the parlor. You see cushions around the table. Tables low, heavy, really sharp edge.
Sucked hookah, stood up, passed out, his head on the table and died.
See? You can't even read the thing without solving it. Yeah, it was that. Turns out hookah does do something. It turns off your brain's oxygen supply, and you don't notice it until you get up to go to the bathroom.
He must have sucked a lot of it. What was he doing there for 6 hours?
Yeah, he liked his hookah. Stephen was his name. Smoking hookah. Didn't you hear? I don't know. Trying to come up with a movie script, maybe. Anyway, that was murder at the hookah parlor. Joseph Mills wasn't a good detective, and about 30 minutes has passed piecing it together. Next. Not much has changed.
Just solved it right there. Alright, well, whatever. Let's get this thing going.
A weathered breath.
Yeah, whatever.
You hear?
We have our now delivering a death dead.
Good advice.
Dead.
Good advice.
Alright, I'm ready.
The lieutenant motions towards,
Hello?
and someone turns down the radio. He gives you a
The police.
tight list.
Come in.
You got all that experience. Well, let's do this again.
He must feel vulnerable without his glasses. Is this why he's letting you
Is this about Victor? No.
It's like ripping off a bandage. The least painful
So,
way is
how
to
have you
do it
been?
straight away.
How have I been? You're not here to discuss me. What is this about, officer?
Can't write a scene without knowing the actors. Ask
Too much
them.
small talk.
Get comfortable.
I noticed you were cooking something.
People got to eat. What is this about?
Made
Why
her
are you
anxious.
suddenly asking me about my cooking?
You live here with Victor, your husband, right?
It's me, Victor, and the kids here. We have 2 daughters, Jenny and Jolie.
Yes, I remember. You mentioned them at the book stand. Where's everybody? I don't see anyone home.
They came home later. They are good girls. The girls are staying at their friend's place tonight,
In Shamrock.
and Victor is out.
He still hasn't come home?
No. Why? Do you have any news?
To your knowledge, did he make it to the library? What was the name of the library? What was he supposed to do in the library? Remind me again, what was he wearing when you last saw him? Alright, let's ask all these questions.
No. I guess I'll find out when he decides to come back home.
She looks at the front door.
It shouldn't be long from now. He's never gone for more than a few days.
Alright, what was the name of the library?
Oh, it's in Jamrock. The one at Mayro Street. I don't know the official name.
Central Jamrock Public Library?
I think, yes.
Central
if That's
Jamrock.
the one on Mayro.
It is.
Okay. What was he supposed to do in the library?
Just to return a book of mine? Why? Why all those questions, Detective? Did he...
He returned the wrong book.
Do something? Break something? It's a fool's hope.
Was it The Glinting Curve by M. Thibault?
Yes.
She becomes unsettled as she says that, her forehead scrunching up into a worried expression. Remind me again, what was he wearing when you last saw him?
His old leather jacket.
Can you describe it?
It's just your average brown leather jacket, but he bought it as a teenager, so...
What about the inner lining?
Yes.
Blue inner
The
lining.
lining is hand-sewn. It's blue. I tried to make the thing more weatherproof since he's running around with it in the middle of winter.
Alright, there's something else I'll have to tell
She
you.
folds her hands across her chest. Here it comes.
Alright. Impossible 17. It's even. So I can probably do this.
You've done this before.
Yeah.
Just keep your focus.
God. Don't just say he's dead like that. Ma'am, I'm very sorry to say, but your husband, Victor Magin, was found dead on the Martinez boardwalk.
Yes, that's the most important thing. Use that word.
What did you say?
A great and terrible spike. The blood freezes in her veins.
Your husband, Victor Magin, is found dead. I'm very sorry for your loss, ma'am.
Oh.
Her eyes pale like pearls in seawater.
Oh. But... he was just...
But he was just here. Alive.
We understand this comes as a huge shock. I want you to know that me and my partner are here for you if you have any questions. Take your time, ma'am.
What happened to him?
She turns to you. Her neck and cheeks are covered with red blotches. Double chin is shaking. It's still early to say, but at first glance it seems like he slipped and hit his head. It was an accident. He fell through a hole in the boardwalk and hit his head.
Was he drunk?
Alcohol may have played a role, yes. We don't know yet. We'll let you know when the results arrive. Yes.
I see. And you just found him there, lying in the cold. How long had he been there?
If you say 2 days maybe, it will be etched in her mind forever.
2 days, maybe. It's hard to say at this point. It couldn't have been long. So should I say it? Etched in her mind forever. Maybe I shouldn't say it because it's... should be wrapped with guilt. Hard to say at this point. It couldn't have been long.
She blinks, eyes welling up with tears, as her hand starts searching for something from the pockets of her dress.
Here.
Then takes out his handkerchief and offers it to the woman. She nods and slightly wipes away her tears. Is there anyone we could call for you? A friend? Family member? Someone who could be here for you?
No. I just need to tell my girls.
Nigger sucked out of her lungs, son.
It burns like acid.
It doesn't burn me, at least.
God. Should I call them? Should I tell them to come home?
No. A day.
Yes, they should know. You want us to call them and ask them here? No. Take a day to recover. You'll be better prepared when they come home tomorrow.
Good. That's probably the right thing. Thank you.
She nods, but with a wretched expression.
Just tell me, what do I need to do next? Where is he? Can I see him?
We've taken him to the city morgue. The local coroner will be contacting you shortly to arrange the funeral. Here's his number in case you want to contact him earlier.
A very good call.
Ah, Kim lied for me.
Is there anything else that the RCM could do for you?
No, I'll call you if something comes up. I'm still...
She rubs her face, runs her fingers over her cheeks that have become numb.
Thank you. Thank you for telling me. I'll call if...
She runs out of breath. Again, I'm very sorry, ma'am.
We should step outside and talk.
La Ricard. I told you your husband was missing. Alright, let's talk. Auto save. Yeah.
You did well.
In turn says as soon as I left the apartment, balcony feels cool and quiet. Stunning view over that district. No, what now? Could have done more. Great. Place is closed then. Could have done more.
You did enough.
Pause, rub his hands together to generate
Can
some heat.
save the whole world, you know.
What now? Say nothing.
Anyway, I'll call the station when we're finished with the day and let them know the name of the deceased.
That's it? Oh,
They'll
really?
manage.
Right. This is closed then.
Let's go.
Master investigator. You just can't keep
I'm
your
on a bound.
boy.
Jamrock shuffle. Alright. Let's get rid of Fairweather. Jamrock shuffle. Sure. See what turns up. Hopefully I don't die this time.
In your hand, indeed. It would do. You flip through the book. The back, she can't be much old in cold. The Yugo Grad, as ethnic, it would fit. Fuck it. They go through a brief and somewhat awkward love affair. And in the end, they betray each other. He toils through the daily drudgery at the Lenka Polyfabricate. Happiness and fulfillment have eluded him his whole life. And in the end, he has nothing to do but dedicate himself to the craft.
And the woman?
She spends the next several decades standing at a conveyor in a Sosnovo fish processing plant. The smell of fish guts slowly seeps into her hair and skin as every single one of her dreams dies, one by one.
Man, what the hell?
The memory of their short time spent together tortures the former lovers ceaselessly until the end of their days. Years pass in solitude, their bodies growing ever more decrepit.
This is terrible.
As life leaves their remains between the soil sheets, their final thoughts are filled with regret. Good stuff. I fucking loved this.
Shut up, pain threshold. Alright, we're back here again. Oh,
There. Do you smell that?
smell what?
Can you not detect that inimitable whiff of
It's fuel, right?
dissatisfaction and restlessness, that sense that the world is in need of dramatic, even violent reordering?
Seeing there's a communist nearby? Close your eyes and take a deep breath.
What do you smell?
Fuel.
The first thing that strikes you is the overwhelming brine. You imagine yourself underwater,
Brine.
a 100-legged arthropod scuttling along the murky silt at the bottom of the sea.
Seems terrible.
But then the unmistakable reek of seagull shit hits you, buoyed along on the air currents. An acrid melody atop moldering cords of wood rot and heavy fuel oil.
Yeah, fuel oil.
Everything in order, detective?
It gives you a critical look. It's kind of a personal errand. I'm smelling for communists, Kim. Working for developing my political consciousness. Just taking an afternoon air like a normal detective. I'm smelling for communists, Kim.
You're smelling for... You know what? I just leave you to it. Carry on, detective.
The lieutenant lacks your highly developed politico-olfactory cortex. The smell is undeniable, and it's coming from that balcony up there.
No, wait, is this Cindy the Skull? You mean from Cindy?
Certainement. A precocious communist youth, a symbol of a kinder, more hopeful future. Now's your chance to establish contact with your revolutionary brothers and sisters. A chance to establish contact with the future. What a beautiful, terrible thought.
Does she have the gauntlets? Hello.
Hello again, officers.
Cindy the Skull.
Have you come to admire my mural?
Do you have any idea what happened to the hangman's armor?
What do I care about some fucking tin eggshells?
Wait, don't you want to know how I knew to ask you? Isn't armor art? Art for the, body?
Not particularly. I
Oh,
want
it's
to
done
keep
across
this
the
as
horizon.
brief as possible, you see. I want to return to painting the world red.
Okay, so tell me what you know then.
I think you didn't hear me. Why would I care?
Come on, Cindy, just help me out here.
Oh, all right, Piggy. I'll give you this one. I saw a little girl in the fishing village running around with military-grade handwear. Looked cute as hell.
Little girl in a fishing village.
Could that girl have been Little Lily?
Hmm.
It's not a bad place to start.
I know a little girl in the village. Little Lily.
Could have been her. Small kid with giant white armored hands. If you've seen one of them, you've seen them all.
Time to establish contact. Hey, sister, let's talk politics for a minute.
And what do you know about politics?
I'm looking for comrades to help me fire up the great Mazovian sausage grinder. My nose told me that you're also a communist. We should team up, join forces. I'm searching for a bunch of mole people.
The girl erupts in a cackle that seems like it should belong to a much older woman.
Oh, that's very nice. The little piggy wants to make sausages. Out of what? His little piggy friends?
No, out of the bourgeoisie. That's not what I need to talk about. I don't know who I'm supposed to be making sausages out of. Turn to Kim. Don't worry, Kim. I'll never make you into a sausage. That's right. I'm gonna make juicy sausages links out of the entire 41st precinct. Out of the bourgeoisie.
So the little piggy is a big bad communist now. Sure, I know someone who'd love to talk that ideological stuff. You're looking for Steban,
Never heard of him.
a right communist who runs a mega cool and very secret meeting.
Do you know where to find him?
I might.
Will you tell me?
No.
Alright.
The lieutenant let slip a sigh that seems to suggest this turn was utterly predictable.
Is it money you want? Here, take some. Got plenty. For 5 real. Guess I should just give up then. Nothing ever works out for me. Just tell me what you want me to do. I'll just give up.
Oh, God. If he isn't the saddest pig in the world.
Incidentally, The Saddest Pig in the World is the title of a popular Gottwaldian children's book,
Oh my
written
God.
and illustrated
What am I getting
by
an
Moritz
encyclopedia
Metzger.
thingy here?
In 26, it received the prestigious Critica Prize for Youth Literature.
I ain't complaining because this encyclopedia is freaking nice. I'm gonna remember what it is. Is it called the Mama Dakwa? No, it's Wumpty Dumpty Dum Center. Alright, it's from that fucking guy over on the other side.
Oh, fine. I'll help. But first, I want something from you.
She's got you by the balls, Chief, and she intends to squeeze them.
Just how I like it. Oh yeah, What's that?
A wicked grin extends across her face. A laughing skull. Death hilarious. This is gonna be bad.
Oh boy.
Oink for me, piggy. Just once.
I'm not oinking for you. Come on, there's no way to treat your revolutionary brother. Let's gusto. Oink oink.
Wow, that was easier than I expected. It's almost like you've been wanting to do it this whole time.
A cool, damp feeling ripples through you. You realize you needn't have rolled over quite so easily.
Shit!
The lieutenant, needless to say, is not impressed.
Sounds like you're really serious about meeting Steban. It's touching, sort of. Steban's group meets only at night, in an old room in these apartments here. It just so happens you're in luck. Their weekly meeting is tonight.
Oh, how coincidental. It's not a trap or anything, is it?
Poke your snout around sometime after 10 p.m. and you might just find them.
Hold on, what else can you tell me about this Steban? That's very helpful. Thank you, Cindy. Why do I feel like there's a catch?
Just that he's a real communist. Not like the play acting you've been doing. The rest, you'll have to see for yourself. Oh, smart pig. Because there is. See, Steban's a bit on the paranoid side. He's got all these mega secret passphrases to
Oh.
keep out infiltrators and the like. You can't join the meeting without one.
Do you know the passphrase?
Sure, I do. Steban trusts me.
But you're not going to tell me, are you?
Why would I? That would be so boring. Now, let's see if you're half as dedicated a communist as you say you are. That's enough. Off with you then.
Makes a lazy showing motion with her dangling hand. Is that bed in the cold room yours?
Ooh. Not only have you found my address, you've discovered my biggest secret. I'm a coal miner.
Are you actually?
She does have eyes that seem to be smeared with coal.
Really? You're a miner? Don't you have a real home? It's not the nicest place, but I guess I'll have to do. You'll have to do. Cool, I have other questions. Really, you're a miner?
Yes. I keep hoping a shaft will collapse on me, but somehow it never happens.
Don't you have a real home?
Does anyone in a city like this?
Maybe? Not a nice place, but I'll have to do.
It doesn't have to do anything at all. Nothing does. Like me. Right now, I'm doing nothing at all.
Well, actually, you're talking to me, but... sure, I have other questions.
Shoot, Piggy.
Actually, I don't.
It's...
Alright, what does this thing
The
do?
Jamrock Shuffle.
Thought complete.
In a way, yes, you are treasure hunting. Most officers from Precinct 41 do what is called the Jamrock Shuffle, cracking open containers. Most of them are from Jamrock or Coal City, the poorest parts of Revachol, that also overlap with the network of royal catacombs called Le Royaume, just beneath the streets. As children, you
Oh, yeah, I
all
know those
go underground,
catacombs.
hoping to find
Cataclysms.
treasure and come back with a rat's tail or a used needle. That playful curiosity must still be in you. Who knows? Maybe one day the Orbe de Montagne, the Holy Scepter, and the Cocaine Skull will all be yours.
Cocaine skull. Find burial loot in locked containers. Oh shit, now I get it. Alright, let's see her home. Is there anything new here? No. Alright, let's get out. This thing's locked. Can't even open it with this thingamading. Hello, do you know the passcode?
Give me a moment.
Do you know anything about a secret meeting that's happening tonight?
What? No. Nobody tells me anything.
Would she understand if they did?
How about any unusual activity taking place after hours, say after 10 p.m.?
If it ain't my business, I'll keep my nose out of it. Oh,
She shakes her head and mutters to herself.
I think we'd all be better off if people kept their noses to them.
Alright, whatever. I'm off. Must have something to do with this, right?
A plaster cast bust depicts a middle-aged man with impressive sideburns. The name on the plinth reads Kraz Marzov.
It's a mass murderer. There's nothing cool about keeping his bust on your right nightstand.
He was definitely controversial. The tenant here seems to like him. There aren't many communists around, not after the revolution. Some youth still keep the ideology going, it seems.
Oh well. Is there anyone else here? Doesn't seem like it. I think this is it. Right here. This door. Can't interact with it. Yeah, this guy knows.
This no one.
Let's go. There's nothing to do here.
No, wait. Pretty much open all the containers, so Shamrock Shuffle's not going to do anything for me. But there might be newer containers. Oh, wait a minute. Is this guy dead?
The door is closed again. Nothing. You hear someone inside, walking from room to room.
Well, they're still there, but nothing's happening.
Trying to sneak.
Yeah, whatever. Can conceptualize?
Just an odd.
Nope. Alright, let's go. Wonder what Joyce will say. She know anything about it? Doubt it.
You're back. Good.
No. Be right back. All right. Musty smell of potatoes on the spring emanates in the air vent. Potatoes.
Inside, you see a set of steering levers, a radio microphone.
This is Precinct 57. How may I assist you?
Find out more about the owner of the armored boots.
Not yet, but I was able to convince the database people to share private sector information. They promised to get 50...
Yeah,
In the
whatever.
cabin, you see
I'm out of here.
trap is full of poor thing.
Lily! Little Lily! Give me the gloves! Alright, little Lily. Time to hand over the
Hello,
gloves.
mister.
Are the twins outside your brothers?
Yes. They don't want to play with me. They're older and play outside.
Oh, they're older.
They look the same. Sometimes I can't tell them apart.
Seems like you can actually speak more than they can. I would have thought you were a bit older. They look identical, right? I said the same thing.
They look identical.
Are you Lillian's daughter?
Yes, I am. Little Lily. You know my mom?
Yes, we met earlier. Not really, but I'd like to.
Uh-huh. Mom is great. You know what's great about my mom?
No, do tell me.
Everything.
I heard there was a girl who has armored gloves. Is that you?
Oh, I had gloves. Very big ones. Heavy, too.
Oh, okay.
Where did you get these gloves?
Found them when Lemmy and I were playing hide and seek. In an empty house. Where no one lives. I think someone hid them there.
She doesn't want you to think she stole them.
And where are the gloves now?
I hid them. The twins were gonna take them. They're stupid.
She lifts the stuffed toy up and looks into its one remaining eye as though searching for confirmation.
We're going to need those gloves. It's for important police business.
He enunciates the last two words carefully.
Oh.
She doesn't seem to understand, but the lieutenant's tone has conveyed to her the important part.
They're in my sandcastle. Behind our house. Under the sand. You can break the castle. It's not very good.
We'll build you a new one.
Bye!
Oh, what a good little girl. Except for the stealing part, but you know. Yeah, that's not very good. We can build one way better.
Weather has not been kind to Lily's little sandcastle. The once mighty towers are quickly eroding away. You can see something shining back to you from what must have been a vast underground catacomb network.
Broken.
The little castle? The reigning lord must have come upon some really tough times to let it sleep in such decrepitude.
Reaching the catacombs and pull out the shiny object.
The walls and floors give way to the giant's greed, collapse and present you with a pair of ceramic gauntlets.
Congratulations. That's the gauntlets down then. We're doing good on the armor collection front.
Yeah. I'm almost going to be invincible. Just don't shoot me in the head. Interfacing, strengthened digits. Clenching and unclenching your fists has never been so fun. The tiny ceramic plates make a lovely clicking noise when your fingers move. The gloves are a bit sandy, but the grip is phenomenal. I'm meant to be in full armor. Should I use the commander's jacket? Or should I use the coat? I don't think I need shivers, but yeah. think this gives me more of a commanding presence, you know? The beams have splintered, the bridge didn't collapse on its own. Artillery broke it.
A few locusts trudge along the wall. Poor things.
Do I still have the necklace on? Yeah, I do. Eight-eyed Terratorn tie. Riverside Superstar sunglasses. Dick Mullins hat. Hey, new pants.
The trap is for poor things.
Although maybe I should explore that that hidden, that home, abandoned home.
A scattering of bullet holes is spread across the...
Alright, before we're done with this, I actually do want to talk to... What do I want to talk to? Did we actually remove the body? Guess we did.
There's some tear.
Talk to Everard.
You pick up the handset. There's a tone. The machine is operable.
Alright, let's see what's in there.
Calling. Still calling again? Seriously? Someone with a masculine voice picks up.
Hello, Gerard speaking.
What you are is a surprise. Get his wife on the phone.
Hey Gerard, get your wife for me, will you? Gerard, what a douche name. Change it. Change your name. Sorry, wrong number. Get your wife for me, will you?
Who is this?
The man does not understand. Doesn't matter, put her on. I don't like waiting. Terry, put her on. I don't like waiting. It's Pierre, put her on. I don't like waiting. Sorry, a stupid joke. I shouldn't have called. Stupid, I'm so sorry.
Who the fuck do you think you are talking to me like that?
The voice on the phone is suddenly very agitated. I'm the new guy who's fucking your wife, Gerard. Now put her on before I lose my patience. Guillaume le Million. No, sorry, I shouldn't have done this. Guillaume, yeah.
Very funny, asshole. Why don't you grow up? Oh, and Disco is dead.
Phone hanging up. Disconnect tone.
As much as I like to waste my money. And time. My god. I don't have much time. Let's go. Let's go check the plasma cages. The door. It's a red check, so I'm not really willing to just use it willy-nilly.
Just dead and dying locusts. Poor things.
Poor things. Nothing here. I don't know, should I keep checking on the fads with stuff? Let's check what checks I can do. Map wall, that's not actually a thing. Cockatoo, not a thing either. Trash container, nothing either. Cafeteria window, heroic. Might be able to. So we got empathy with Kuno. Authority with Titus. 2 suggestions. A suggestion with Annette. A suggestion with Lillian, the net picker. That's heroic. So maybe I won't bother with that. Joyce Messier is volition. Although I'm not sure if that's necessary anymore. Yeah, the rest. You know what? Doesn't matter. Guess we're good now. Let's go to Everard. Oh, children.
The scruffy-haired little boy.
Get out of here. Guess let's check this place out. There's nothing here. Let's go through the fence. Maybe there's something here. Now that I have a seemingly higher perception, maybe I ought to check some stuff out.
Rust peels off the bent iron posts of the swing. The wind whistles through the skeleton of the small house behind you. There's desolation everywhere.
What happened here?
In this yard?
The lieutenant looks at the small building. A flock of grey swallows takes off in the distance.
Someone thought they could have a summer house in a bloc obscure. For cheap. It didn't work out. They abandoned it about a decade ago.
Wait, what's a bloc obscure?
A black bloc. A part of the city left unrenovated after the war. Or one that has fallen to gang violence. Or has become inhospitable in some other way.
Some other way? Is it haunted?
On aerial photos, block obscures look like dark squares, hence their name.
Oh. So this part of the coast is bloc obscure?
Practically, it's not an official term in any way, but look around. No sewage, broken power lines, crime, drunks. Life is tough in the blocks. It's no place to build a summer house.
Maybe they left something useful behind.
Yes, for you to scavenge like a post-apocalyptic scavenger who collects trash and errant magnesium blisters.
Gives you a weary smile.
It's not meant as nagging, just an observation.
Well, it sounds like nagging.
We should move. I don't think we will solve the murder with forays into the urban hinterland, at least in this phase of the investigation.
Oh, we researched everything here, right? Birds in the birch tree, barely audible coos come from above.
Everything's still cool here, officer.
Alright. Let's get out of here. Actually, you know what? I'll tell this guy to fuck off. This guy right here.
There it is again. That spectral smell haunting this industrial harbor. And it smells like...
shit.
Heavy fuel oil, mostly. Because it's an industrial harbor.
I suppose, yeah.
Years of turmoil, of hopes and dreams, ground beneath the inexorable tides of capital.
Close your eyes and take a deep breath. can kind of smell dreams being ground down by capital.
Can you smell it now? You inhale. The cilia along your olfactory epithelium tingle with excitement as they sift through the swirling morass of industrial odors. First come the smells of the agitated strikebreakers, layers of body oil and sweat, over-buttered meals pulled from bake-like lunch pails, the biting stench of lye soap. And then there's the slowly oxidizing metal gates, the scent of stale grease emanating from every crack.
Still smelling for communist, detective?
What makes you say that?
No offense, detective, but you are not particularly subtle.
The lieutenant's right. It's sort of amazing how unsubtly you're sniffing the air around you, almost like you're trying to call attention to yourself. What the lieutenant thinks is irrelevant. Your politico-olfactory cortex is lighting up like a holiday display. Look, it's pointing you right to that railing over
You
there.
mean Manana?
Yes, now's your chance to establish contact. But be easy about it. Communists have been known to charge when startled.
Alright, but first, hello.
Right to work! Right to work! Shame on you!
I won't do number 1. Number 2 though. I think you may be able to help me decipher some tattoos.
Don't think so.
Barely glancing at it.
Suddenly, this feels like a really, really bad idea.
They were on the body of the man who was hanged behind the cafeteria there. Give him the photo. It was on your colonel. Give him the photo. We're investigating a murder. These tattoos were on the victim's body. Give him the photo. Of course, yes, forget about it. Let's discuss something else. Yeah, we're investigating a murder. Give him the photo.
Silence. He takes the photo. Grey eyes dart back and forth on the glossy surface.
Like we know
His face
that
is
he's the murderer.
unmoving. You see dead flesh in colorful rivers of polychrome, melting skin and hair.
Fucking loincloths. Really did him in.
No. Loincloths? Where?
Yeah,
Can you tell me what the tattoo means?
what it means.
Points to one tiny star in the web of lines, away from the man's heart, almost on his stomach.
I can tell you what this one means. Only one.
It squints at
You
it.
want to hear
so
what happened
small.
here?
Actually, no. Yeah.
Our colonel is deep in the bush here. Deep in the fucking bush in Benital, 41. Monsoon season. He's on a reconnaissance mission.
Oh, Colonel, huh?
Benito is one of the inhabited islands of
Nice,
the
money.
Ceylonese archipelago near the Pale. Covered in jungle, it was anchor point for the Ceylonese nationalists in the proxy war held on the islanders' territory.
He spent a month behind enemy lines, scouting kept villages. Nothing but fucking bugs and snakes for fun. Men are getting restless. There's talk of switching employers.
He licks his lips, as if drunk suddenly.
With some strange emotion. This is about to get really graphic. Last moment to back off.
Actually, no, take the photo. You knew him, right? Don't interrupt him.
Our boy. He's only a captain then.
I'm probably going to
He
get a
knows how these men think. If they
Morale.
don't see action soon,
hit. His voice gets strangely quiet. A long, long way from right to work. His gaze pierces the paper.
at dawn, he comes upon two kids, breeding in the bushes by the river. Or maybe they weren't breeding. Maybe they were just making eyes at each other. I like to think they were breeding.
Okay.
We shot the boy. He was useless, but the girl She was nice. A little fat, you know. But not too old.
Okay, this isn't useful. Take the photo back. You knew him, right? Say nothing.
She was quite the entertainment. For the week she lasted, expired in the hands of Sarge Mason. The kind of guy who'd make Chief there shit his pants and cry like a bitch.
Oh.
God. Mason couldn't let go. Cut the tits off her cold body and fucking ate them. Said primitive spirits were watching over him now.
Oh my god.
Drowned in a creek a week later. Spirits my ass.
Well, looks like he couldn't actually scare the shit out of Chief.
Something stirs in your stomach. There's a word on the tip of your tongue. Colorless, odorless. It's
Evil. You were there? You're not really a scab leader, are you?
You bet it was.
What is evil?
It's just nature. This guy, he used to say evil is when nature and spirit meet in the wrong place.
You were there?
No, I was in the domain, in Jamrock, being a bouncer.
You're not really a scab leader, are you?
Fucking mask is getting sweaty. I want to take my mask off. But
He shrugs.
He's under orders, and orders are orders.
You can have that. Can I have it back?
go ahead. All right now. Free commerce! Keep the goods flowing!
On the photo in your hands, the dead man's skin is studded with stars. Tens, hundreds of them, glittering his dead skin.
Alright, let's not push him. He's about to break. Hey, Manana, my brother.
Hello, man. How can I help you?
Time to establish contact. Listen, brother. There's something important I need to talk to you about.
What's that, boy? Yeah.
Tilt his head slightly.
Now's your chance. Remember, communists are notoriously skittish, so it's best to insinuate your way in.
I'm looking for some people who know how to really grind the sausage, if you know what I mean. Those I meet your friend, Cross. Put your hand next to your head. Curl your fingers like a deer antler. Investigating a peculiar smell, one with revolutionary implications. You know, a secret cabal of mole people. Let's go with the sausage.
Have you tried a butcher shop?
It looks at you with perfect equanimity.
Don't think I've ever met a Kras personally. Then again, I've never been to Gran.
There's one eye.
Okay, maybe it's time to abandon the subtle approach.
I'm investigating a peculiar smell, one with revolutionary implications.
Could be coming from one of the jam lorries. Cargo's been sitting out for a while.
He sniffs the air and looks toward the roundabout.
Okay, maybe it's time to abandon.
No.
the subtle
One more.
approach.
I'm looking for a secret cabal of mole people.
You might have to look elsewhere for help with that.
He scratches his chin.
Okay, maybe it's time to abandon the subtle approach.
What I'm trying to say is, I'm looking for communists. You know any?
Ah, now I see. Can't say I'm surprised. You seem to take your communism seriously. Not a bad thing, mind you. It's good for a man to take time to think about the whole socio-political world picture.
Well, do you know any?
Oh, he certainly likes to take his time with things, especially when politics are at issue.
So you've given up copying and now you're hunting comunistas. Care to say why?
I'm not hunting communists. I'm trying to get organized by them. I'm on a sort of quest to develop my political potential and need their help. Honestly, I had a weird dream and now I need to get to the bottom of it. Yeah.
Chasing a dream, huh? I have to respect that, boy.
It gives you a small salute.
I wish I could help. Unfortunately, I don't know many comunistas.
I know you say you're not really a communist, but aren't you actually a communist? I thought union guys were all communists. Are you sure? You smell just like a communist.
Didn't realize you could smell communism. but then I've never studied the subject.
Maybe he is.
Maybe it's not taught in any of your so-called universities, but there's definitely something going on here.
Ah, but you know, I did meet a genuine ideologo a few months ago. Perhaps he's your guy.
What's an ideologo?
You know, a guy with a theory. Someone who likes to pit his theory against other theories in deadly theory combat.
Did you say his name was Steban by chance?
Didn't say anything about his name. Wasn't this sort of encounter where names matter?
How'd you meet him?
It was late one night as I was leaving the arbor. He was waiting on the corner in a bright white jacket. Classic Sarameritian style. He asked me for a light. We shared cigarettes. Then he asked me if I ever thought about getting into some of the extra physical branches of communism.
Extra physical?
See, all this political chit-chat is just an excuse to rip tar with strangers. Let's say we just skip right to the good part then.
God damn it. Yeah, what is this?
No idea. I took it to mean he was asking me to join some sort of underground cell. A very old school organizing technique. The sort of thing comunistas used to do before the revolution.
What'd you tell him? An extremely cool way to establish contact. Wish I thought of that.
It was alright. A little like something out of a Vespertine spy novel, but I must respect the effort.
Okay, how do I find this guy?
I couldn't tell you. Once I declined his offer, we finished our cigarettes and he disappeared back into the night. Just before he melted into the shadows, he turned to me and said, "Remember Dobrava and Abadanais." And then he was gone.
Who are Dobreva and Adanais?
I don't know. Guess not everyone remembers.
Half smile across his face. That's probably the code. What do you think it means?
Been wondering about that myself. Some comunista inside talk could be. Not meant for the wider public. They love that kind of thing. You'd have to ask someone who knows this ideologo personally.
Not to interfere in your personal errand, but it might have something to do with that passphrase Cindy mentioned earlier.
Wait, what was that about again? Alright, good thinking, Kim. I was totally about to say that. That's really dumb. You should feel embarrassed even suggesting.
You're right. How foolish of me. Won't happen again, detective.
Sound like you two may have been riding together too long. The strain of the open range and so on. I have to say though, it sounds like you found yourselves a proper hunt.
The man whispers a jaunty tune. A coastal breeze ruffles his hair.
What dog are you gonna run? I'm gonna talk to the chief. Hey, chief. You bitch.
Your race descent has only worsened since I last saw you.
Let's go over that funky
There
race
is
justification.
nothing funky about. I cannot possibly imagine what else we have to do.
Alright. Whatever. I can't interact. Damn it. Son of a bitch. There's probably something very good behind him as well. Oh.
The file cabinet stands hundreds and the same you already went through the drawer.
Oh. Says there's nothing. Opposite eye of halogen lights watches you, emitting a low buzz. What happens if I play with this now?
A rusting control panel with several knobs. 2 buttons marked Marsh and Marsh. On. Arrête. Off.
Let's turn it off.
The crane stands tall, proud, erect, and still.
Just press Marsh.
With a loud grind, the crane shifts overhead, moving a massive metal container through the air.
Okay. Is that thing gonna fall over?
And with a surprisingly quiet thunk, the crane places the container down. The harbor sleeps as the strike rages in the distance. The crane can rest again, now that its purpose has been fulfilled.
Its purpose? What do you mean?
Moving this container, of course. For this purpose it was built. For this purpose it has acted. And now it will rest.
I can't see how that was worth the ruckus, except for seeing the crane in action, which I admit was satisfying.
Let's get the hell out of here. Alright, what's in this?
Before you stands a cargo container. Just one of many in the yard.
Lieutenant, I don't think there's something special about this container.
Is this like your thing with that wall again?
Well, maybe. I can't tell. I think we should investigate further.
You do? Because I don't.
Well, why not?
There are a million containers here. Why are you fixating on this one?
It's hanging from the crane. No, Kim, it just feels special. So the container, maybe there's contraband in there. You're right, it's probably nothing. Yeah, maybe just there's contraband in there.
There may very well be, but we are not here to look for that. We are not here to interact with containers. We are here to talk to the Union, right?
Knock on the door.
No reply. The knock produces a hollow ring of metal. Doesn't sound like there's anything inside the container.
Well, let's open it.
You attempt to turn the handle, to no avail. The doors seem to be mechanically locked. To your left, the lieutenant considers your actions with some puzzlement.
Rhetoric. Persuade the door to open.
Why are you even trying to open a door with rhetoric?
Because getting physical wasn't an option.
Because what wasn't an option?
It's my body over my wits.
Now is not the time to get philosophical, detective. You can do that after.
You attempt to your left. The lieutenant.
How do I open this? Whatever. Should I talk to you again? Hello? Leo?
Oh, hey, mister. I knew you'd be back to talk with old Leo here. Yes, I did. It's like Lady Larice said when she opened a bathhouse in the basement of my apartment building. They can only get so far before they're aching to get back. And lots of folk really did keep coming back.
I had some questions for you if that's not too much trouble. Leo. In the future, can we keep this greeting shorter?
Sure, mister. Absolutely. I'm always willing to help out now.
Alright, get the fuck out of here. Talks too much. It's not a fishing rod, is it? It's... fishing rod. Oh, well, whatever. Hello.
Mr. Dubois, every worker...
Please, sentence. Is a living god. Is an organ of the great state organism of war. Also, looks just like me. Or himself. A member of the board?
That's right, Mr. Dubois. I see the socialist democratic fervor now burns in your heart, too. How can I help you today?
What's in the container that's outside your office?
My dear Harry, there are literally millions of containers in this harbor. I couldn't possibly remember what's in all of them.
There's something special about it. It was attached to the Fall Sun crane.
Harry, you smooth-talking son of a bitch. Time is a precious resource, and I don't have enough of it to count containers with you.
Smooth talking. Maybe that's the way to go about opening the container. You should at least try convincing it.
I did it, Everett. I turned it off.
What?
The shady brew. You told me to make it even shadier. I did. You had alcohol in it. Now there's no alcohol.
Did I? Well done then, Harry. I like not knowing about it, and I'm sure you made the right call. I spend the whole day delegating tasks, and it's a great relief to see people taking initiative. I don't even want to know what all of that means. Brew, shady, alcohol, turned off. I'm gonna let the world surprise me.
I opened the door like you asked me. Can we discuss the murder now?
I'm very glad to hear that, Harry. One question. You didn't actually happen to stumble in and see what's inside the apartment, did you?
He's trying to figure out if you're lying.
I may have gone inside and seen a collection of racist mugs. I did go inside. Weasel had the flag of the old river show on his wall. The deal wasn't for me to go inside, so I didn't. Yeah.
You're right, Harry. You only had to unlock the door. which you did. So we're all good here.
He was testing you, and you succeeded.
Damn straight.
Now let's get down to brass tacks. It's time for men like me and you to figure out who's killed who and why. Real police work is gonna start happening now. I promise you, Harry, this is gonna be good.
Alright, first off, where's my gun? I've heard about a connection between the lynching and the strike. I'd like to hear what you know about it.
By now, I'm sure you've figured out who the dead man was working for. The bad guys.
Bad guys.
Wild Pines. Sent to scare us.
Well,
Another violent measure of
they
the
did
top
hire
hats
those
against us
mercenaries.
fat caps.
I'm listening.
Harry, this strike is the culmination of many, many mistakes made by the Wild Pines group. They tried to shut the strike down by sending in armed mercenaries.
Yeah, that's not good.
You mean our victim?
A security contractor? Can you imagine that? Workers standing in peaceful protest, united in the spirit of fellowship, and they send hired killers to mow us down with machine gun fire? I'm talking beasts, hardened killers from proxy wars in Yisut, Semenine, Saramaritsa, you name it, they've done it. Raping, killing, burning villages, killing little children for the Senorita Pineapple Company, Harry. Everything they did there, they brought over here. They want to turn Revachol into a third world slum. Honestly, the only thing they didn't do is kill the village elephant.
Hold on, you have a village elephant?
No, Harry, the elephant is metaphorical and so is the village, but the mercs and their brutality are very real.
Go on.
Now, I haven't personally witnessed the brutalities out there. I have the luxury of staying in my container, you see. If I need to go somewhere, they just move my container.
Wait, they moved the container?
Yes, I'm an old man, Harry. My legs aren't what they used to be. They lift my office with that big crane. It's actually very fun. You should try it.
That's very lazy.
But enough about me and my fun container. The killers the company hired, I think there were 3 of them, all hardened commando types.
There were 3 of them, yeah.
One of them got downright suicidal, getting drunk, violent, a little rapey. Even their own negotiator couldn't control him. That's your boy, the one who likes hanging out and trees.
By negotiator, you mean Joyce?
I think the previous one.
Harry, what you need to realize is, we dock workers are not pushovers. We got grit, Harry. This whole neighborhood does. Push us hard enough and we push back. And when we do, we push to kill.
Wait, the whole neighborhood is in on it? Who exactly did the pushing?
Potentially, Harry, potentially. We got arm wrestling champions, rowing club people, ex-coal miners, tough guys, all ready to spring into action for their home base. There's a militant wing inside the Union, a group of people whose duties don't involve manual labor, but peacekeeping in the neighborhood, making
the Hardy
sure
Boys?
everything runs smoothly.
I know they're taking the fall for someone else.
That sounds a bit like organized crime.
They're like you guys. Idealistic people who want to make sure bad things don't happen. And if they already have, well, punishment must follow.
Again, that sounds like organized crime.
It does.
So these idealists killed our victim?
That's the same as police.
One day Titus Hardy, leader of this peacekeeping faction, comes up to me and says, "Boss, socialist democratic fervor drove us to take it upon ourselves to kill this beast that was burdening the land." He
Sounds like
probably
bullshit.
worded it differently, but that was the idea. Sure sounded to me like they killed him. I gave them 2 weeks paid leave and told them to lay low to avoid retaliation.
Aren't you worried we might arrest them for this?
Oh, I'm not at all worried about that. These are not the kind of men who get arrested. They're Martinez boys, tough and gritty. I'd like to see the man who takes them in. Besides, I sent my lawyer girl to look after them.
If he's just boasting, then it sure doesn't feel like that to you. He's not worried.
I want to hear again about how the... Oh, wait. There was a bullet in the hangman's head. How do you know the mercenaries are hired by the shipping company? Yeah.
How do I know? Let me tell you about these people. That's their MO. It's what they do. Last winter, some poor workers in Terminal E went on a little strike. The company sent in Sediment, a security contractor. The strike was over the workers' right to wear protective footwear, Harry.
Protective footwear?
These guys turn up and start beating people. Tell you what, Harry, I wouldn't be surprised if we got the same mercenary company after a little rebranding. And I'm sure as hell not surprised to see an army of scabs under my gates.
So you believe the scabs were organized by the security contractor?
You said it. Hell, one of those guys looks big enough to take down that proverbial elephant. Boys like that don't just happen to show up during strikes.
The name of the company is Grinnell this time. Might have been Sediment before.
Of course. You're always one step ahead of me, Harry. I'm no genius. I'm in this position because people like me.
The remaining mercenaries are organizing a tribunal to take on the Hardys.
Tribunal? That sounds serious, Harry. We Union men should be shitting ourselves. I wish you hadn't told me that. I'm gonna lose sleep over this. Let's change the subject.
You don't sound like it.
He's clearly happy about the tribunal.
You don't seem too worried about it.
Oh, Harry, what do I really think about the tribunal? You're trying to climb to second base with old Everard before you've even courted him properly.
He wants you to do more things for him before.
Alright, you mentioned a lawyer girl?
Oh, Liz is a bright one. I paid for that law degree myself, thinking it'll probably turn her all fancy. But hell, Harry, she came back a firebrand socialist. Sometimes she scares me with her zeal.
Alright, tell me about this Titus Hardy and his crew.
Oh, they are simply fine young men, all 7 of them. Exemplary union members, always working to advance their position in the local socialist democratic movement. Core members.
Shouldn't I ask about that alleged rape?
Old Theo used to run them, but things really kicked into gear when Titus took the reins and named the group after himself. Gotta love his initiative.
Interesting. Who's second in command?
They're almost all of them great guys, born leaders. Whatever happened, I'm sure they only had the best interests of Martinez and Revachol in mind.
Maybe.
Work with them. Hell, interview them. But don't fight them. They really are just like you. Men who like beer, women, and some order on the streets.
Ever I met these Hardys. Can you ask them to cooperate with me?
But of course, it's the least I can do for my good friend Harry. I'll do it right after we've concluded this talk.
You can now go and tell Titus about this. See what he has to say.
Also, Harry, here's 5 real.
Wait, why are you giving it to me?
I'm not giving you anything. I'm just holding out 5 real.
I don't need it. I only wanted you to help me with the Hardy boys. I'll
The
take it.
lieutenant watches you pocket the banknote. He looks a little puzzled.
It's just some money I dropped. Don't worry about it.
Good boy. A real team player. Now, do you have any more questions?
Good talk. Let's conclude for now.
Was it a good talk? I'm not sure we made much headway here. I was hoping we'd bust the case wide open. Heck, I even wanted to tell you what I really want to achieve with the strike. I don't know what happened, Harry. I wanted you to feel like Mr. Martinez. And of course, I also wanted you to find your gun. But it's like I can't completely trust you. Yet.
Yet?
Yes, Harry. It's like I can't fully trust you if you're not a man of the left. I want to, but I just can't.
A man of the left.
Left.
So you have to be a social democrat. He's been hurt too much in the past by men who aren't social democrats.
Not a man of the left. I'm a patriot of Revachol. They're right not to trust me. I take care of me. I'm a hustler. I grind. I'm a money engineer. What's that supposed to mean? I'm more left than you are. This is another corrupt scheme, isn't it? I'm neither left nor right. I do what my heart tells me to do. Yeah, I'm a centrist kind of guy.
What does your heart tell you about your lost gun, Harry? Does it tell you to forget about it?
Nope.
Or do you think it wants to be found? I think
Definitely
it's
wants to be
lonely and
found.
cold. I think it wants to be found, and I have a proposal for you.
And what would this entail?
Once again, I require nothing unethical or illegal of you. You just need to get 2 little signatures on this piece of paper, and then mail it to my accountant in La Delta.
Kim, what do you think of this?
It depends. I don't think what we just got from Mr. Clare was very useful.
Studies ever.
But, he thinks, it's your call.
As I said, it weighs on me heavily. But once we get really talking, well, I'm gonna hand you the keys to Martinez, and maybe even help you figure out who's behind this killing.
What are the signatures for?
I'm glad you asked, Harry. The Union is going to build a modern youth center in Martinez. It will be righteous. We're gonna get those teenagers off drugs and on roller skates.
Sounds great.
There's a nameless little street on the coast with some old houses around it. Most people have already signed. I just need 2 more signatures to get this mission off the ground, Harry.
Most people. You mean the fishing village?
Yes, the little cul-de-sac on the coast, where all the men have drowned in either the sea or the bottle. A gloomy place, doesn't have that Union attitude.
You're already pretty deep into this. What's a little more? No one can see you here in Martinez.
What will happen to the current occupants?
They are just gonna have to deal with the construction noise for 6 months, and then they'll be living like kings. Right next to a fancy new youth centre, designed by the best architects from Stella Marie.
I'll just say fine. But maybe I can ask them.
You bring joy to my heart, Harry. Such a pleasure to be working with you. Here.
He hands you an open white envelope.
You need to get signatures from Isabel Sadie and Lillian Carter. The cul-de-sac is right past the pawn shop and across the canal. I heard there was some trouble with the water lock, but it should be fixed now. Once you have the signatures, mail this to 13022 La Rocca in La Delta. Then we can talk about your gun.
I'm definitely gonna lie. But not right now.
See you soon, Debardeur.
Because I'm right
Just
here.
kidding, but not too much.
I don't think it's a good thing. I think he wants to get their property or something. I'll talk to Lillian about it. Let's see if I can... Actually, can I rhetoric this thing again?
You're back before the cargo container. Its drawer has...
I'm not sure you can actually rhetoric it, but whatever.
A rusting control panel. No screech of metal. Crane does not...
Oh well, whatever.
This is an...
I kind of forgot what I was gonna do. Oh, what's this? Hypnogamma. Nice.
All I'm wondering, man.
It's 8 o'clock right now. So it's not time for the apartment thingy. Can I just go? Thank you.
An old monument.
Hello, my dude.
Now it's turning into a...
Yeah, whatever. I have no bullets, because I have no gun. Get yourself organized. Alright, I gotta go back to the Titus boys. Hey, loyal girl.
I've got nothing to say to you.
Alright. see this
behind
window
the
first.
dock workers, a ceiling
time
height
yet.
window.
Why is it not time yet? Oh, whatever.
Looks like the circus left town, but the clowns are still here.
Me and Everard talked. He promised you'd cooperate.
Oh, so you went and talked to my mommy, and now she's making me play with you.
She?
Is that it, lawman?
Yeah.
And what's gonna happen if we don't? You're gonna go and tell on us?
They're mature guys. Mature, Everard sent word, right? Why don't you push me some more and find out, Gimp? I'll never tell on someone.
You gonna let him talk to me like that, Titus?
Turns his eyes full of hurt to the big man.
Let's see. Yeah, I guess I am, you big pussy. The old man sent word you'd be around again. That's the reason I'm being so forthcoming with you. Don't wear it out.
Establish authority. Hell yeah.
As you look around this room full of sweaty men, swearing,
+7,
drinking, spitting out tobacco, does this look familiar?
Where have I seen this before?
You believe the place was called Precinct 41. It was also filled with, almost exclusively, men, sitting on desks, talking shit and wasting time.
It's just like Precinct 41. I get it, Titus. You guys really are the authority around here.
Huh?
You must be. You're just like real cops, drinking beer and sitting around with your dicks in your hand.
You got a problem with beer now?
When I say I have a problem with beer.
Not quite there yet. Push on.
No. I got drunk, so drunk. I drove my car into to the sea. I don't give a shit either. Just like you guys. No. I'm also a big fan of beer, and jerking off instead of helping people. I have a beer problem, but not a problem with beer. I also have no idea how to do my job, like you.
Speak for yourself, buddy. I've been running this outfit for 10 years now. You should have seen Martinez before it started. It was like jam rock now.
Ooh.
They didn't see shit, man. Kids getting shot. We had 3 shootings a week. Fucking graffito everywhere. You cops haven't shown up since the 30s.
Congratulations on the graffiti removal. All I see is you sitting around talking about Monica's titties while there's a rape victim.
So what? What do you want from me? We took care of that fuck.
Fix the beer back up.
Don't let him drink that. One more push. Quick.
It's not about who did it. It's about the victim. She needs help. Someone's being raped. She needs counseling. We need to talk to her. It's not about who did it. It's about the victim.
Titus?
He looks at her.
She stops mid-sentence. That's it. You got him. He's going to give it up, but on his terms.
You wanna help her, cop? Fine. I'm gonna let you help her, but you treat her with respect. If you don't, if you question her, harass her, a freight train of pain, buddy.
What is her name?
Glacia, I'm on due. She's staying here at the Whirling in Rags, a real pretty one. Silvery jumpsuit, blonde. That's Amonju with an O-U.
Yeah, I talked to her before.
Shit. The girl. The girl upstairs? That can't be her. Remember what you said to her? You told her you want to have.
Classy? Miss Oranje disco dancer? Classy Amandu cool. I want to have fuck with you.
You inexplicably add cool after the victim's name, with your eyes bulging like some wild beast. Your fingers are fidgeting and sweat starts forming on your brow as Titus looks at you oddly.
I don't understand what's so cool here.
Nothing. We just have a few more questions. Then we'll be on our way.
It sounds like you're having a heart attack. Whatever you said, it couldn't have been that bad. Please relax.
So, what was her relationship with the mercenary? So the rape, when was that? So, what is your relationship with her? I think I know her.
Relationship? There was no fucking relationship. He raped her. That's their relationship.
Was like that karaoke incident all over again. Or like some of the other girls he was harassing.
Okay, enough. All of this is irrelevant to your stated investigation.
So the rape, what was that?
He did it before we killed him. He's not gonna do it again. So what does it matter?
It would help if we establish a timeline.
All right. 2 weeks, maybe? I don't know. I need another beer.
Turns to Glenn.
Here you go, boss.
Tall blonde throws it in a can. Tyres cracks it open. So, what's your relationship?
I know her.
How well do you know her?
A small twitch in the corner of Kim's mouth. He has a hunch about what knowing means.
Well enough, Copper. We partied. She's been here for a few months.
Girlfriend. So, she is not from around here. I see, okay, that's cool, that's cool. Another question?
You mean Revachol? Nah, she's an immigrant. Or a drifter of some sort. Been staying here over the winter.
Don't you give her any more trouble. She's just had some bad luck, that's all.
Shut up, Angie. She doesn't need your help.
Titus gives them both a look. They fall silent.
You said you partied. Cool, that's cool. But what did you mean?
What do you think I meant?
Sex, drugs, avoid disgrace. Did you do karaoke? I'll say. Sex, drugs, and karaoke, right?
Yes, yes, and no. Got something to say about it?
So you're saying the two of you were close?
No, we just fucked. That's all. I'm not gonna give you any details if that's what you're after. So put your dick away.
He's doing a good job here. A commendable performance of I don't give a shit.
I think I know her.
You don't know her.
You're right, I don't.
Good boy. You don't know her.
Wrong, I
Not
do.
the way I do. You don't know good boy.
Alright, we'll talk later.
Remember what I said. Again? Yeah, whatever.
Okay. Kim? We're screwed.
What was that?
What was what? It was nothing. I mean, the sweating and the fidgeting when he mentioned her name? Yeah, what was what?
You looked strange when he mentioned the assault victim's name. Do you know that woman?
Nope.
Officer, before we interview this woman, is there something I should know?
He's not leaving you a lot of room to back off from this.
I didn't rape her. I met her in the hallway after I woke up. She knows I didn't remember being a cop. I tried to hit on her. I didn't rape her.
What you're saying is, you raped her?
What?
Ice is forming on the inside of your chest cavity. Cold sweat trickles down your neck.
No.
Then, don't ever say that again. What else?
I met her in the hallway after I woke up.
Understood. You were not in good shape on Monday.
She knows I didn't remember being a cop.
Okay, that's manageable.
I tried to hit on her.
Understood.
Went pretty okay, I guess. Or not add anything to that. She said I'm gonna interrogate her later. It's gonna be going to suck for me. Yeah, went pretty okay, I guess.
It doesn't matter how it went, officer. What else? We'll be all right, Lieutenant. This is nothing.
You feel fortified by his assurance. It's going to be all right.
Yeah.
Hi again, Gendarme. Bye-bye, Gendarme.
Yes? What is it?
Look, something is really bugging me. Are we or are we not from the same police station?
God damn it, you leave her alone. Keep your weird bullshit to yourself and be professional for once, for fuck's sake.
Can I actually help you with something?
She looks at you apologetically.
Yes, of course. Preposterous. I mean, you would remember if they were, right? Who forgets their squad mates? That's not possible.
You have blue uniform and mine is black. What is that? What does this mean?
It means I'm a patrol officer, sir.
Okay, goodbye. Alright, smartass.
I can't believe this shit.
Oh, hello.
Hey, was there?
No, I'm out of here. Alright, I hope this doesn't take too long.
The door is closed. There's
Obviously.
still a dent in the vinyl where you punched it before.
Run your finger across the dent.
This little depression is all you could inflict on the door. Why are you doing this? Don't do this to me, please. Remember? Who was that meant for?
Knock.
White morning. It was morning all along. You should have seen it coming. It was right behind her eyes.
Knock.
Who is it?
Tired. Controlled.
This is the police. Can we come in?
Come on up. The door is open. I'm drying my hair.
Sounds like it's coming from upstairs somewhere. You could snoop around before going up.
Dang straight we could. Wait, I thought I said it was locked. Pile of dirty clothes, a woman's. And tell bill calculations, I guess she had an extended stay. See the yard below, the corpse is no longer there.
This medicine cabinet is full of wares. Sheets of pills, haphazardly stacked, one on top of the other. There's also a toothbrush somewhere in there.
Look at the toothbrush.
It's been used quite a lot.
Okay.
But not for scrubbing blood off towels, or anything else interesting, it seems.
Oh, look at the medication.
Pharmaceuticals line the shelves, sheet upon sheet of pill bottle next to pill bottle. Acetylic acid, APAP, eye drops, blood thinners.
It's quite a collection in there. In here.
Anything of note?
Search the bottle.
Pill bottles rattle like bones as you search the cabinet. Paracetamol.
See what she's on.
Something in a foreign language you can't read. Behind them, an unusually shaped nasal spray. Its label reads, Nacra.
Nacra?
Nacra. This is used to treat opioid overdoses. Always handy to have around.
Nacra. Opioid antagonist.
Interesting. That's used for diamorphine overdoses.
Lieutenant nods, then looks at the door. Search the pill sheet.
Among some foreign, probably Messinian or Godvaldian, marked red blister packs you find. What do you find? This is going to take a little know-how.
Oh, that's great, because I have a chemical hangover. Is there something more interesting here?
A bright orange bottle with Preptide stamped on it. In sunny, happy letters. Jackpot, baby. That's the stuff you're looking for. Your palms begin to sweat just holding that little plastic container.
What's so exciting about this orange bottle? Preptide.
It's speed, man. Just what you were looking for. They call it
speed.
dextroamphetamine and talk about psychological disorders. But what we're seeing here is some scientifically advanced trucker speed.
Then I also see a brand called Preptide.
Preptide, a euphemism for pharmaceutical amphetamine. Prescription speed.
The fuck are you waiting for? Let's get super fucking preppy.
Just take it in plain sight.
The lieutenant looks toward the door as if he didn't see you pilfer that sweet Preptide. He did, though. He totally did, and now he thinks less of you. Should have kept it sub rosa. Who cares, man? Who cares what the stiff thinks? Here comes the afterburner. Just put it in your sweaty little hand now.
Close the cabinet. No. just openly take I didn't actually think it was, you know, actually openly take it, but whatever. Oh, nice bed. Better than mine. The bed has been hastily made. The window.
This window is pristine on the inside, unlike the one next to it. Light from the desk lamp reflects off the glass in an untarnished golden halo.
Run your finger across the surface of the glass.
Smooth as ice. There are spots of mud and rain on the outside, even smudges. But the surface of the window is clear from the inside. No chips, no hairline fractures. Following your lead, the lieutenant leans in closer to inspect the surface.
This window was recently replaced.
Looks like it, yes.
You think he shot him here? She shot him here? Smell cigarette smoke in the air. Astra. Menthol. Cold coffee and ashtray looks like a hedgehog. Actually, what's over here? Look, a handful of dried wildflowers.
Just as you look at the flowers, a gust of wind raises them from the roof, picking them up in the air.
Move your hand fast.
You catch a single white flower between your fingers. The rest fly off into the wind. It's a Maybell. The young woman looks at the Maybell in your hand, just a glance, then takes a drag of her cigarette. The lieutenant gives you an acknowledging little
a corner flower. Here's for you, my lady. But first, I'll see what's over here.
The same small, heavy door. No lock in sight.
Where does this lead to?
I don't know, Lieutenant Yefreiter. It is not the first closed door we found in this building. There is also your mysterious blue kitchen door.
You think it's important?
I don't know. The further we get, the more this building seems to be tied to the case.
Well, it's... The body was discovered behind this building.
The vigilantes, the cadaver, and a number of people connected to the case are in or around this building. This door is part of it. It's not unimportant.
See, the main investigation and the door below are merging into a stereo investigation. I could say something, but I'm not going to because I don't gloat.
I hate it when that happens.
It's barred from the inside. You hear the bar rattle in the brackets. Sounds like it's heavy, too. Very sturdy.
Let's kick the door in.
Something cracks inside.
Oh, I succeeded.
It is an unbelievably satisfying sound.
Let's do it again.
Nice.
The young woman nods.
Filling you with a belief in your own body.
Sounds like the property damage wasn't in vain, at least. Would it hurt to look in?
Let's see. A tiny hole in the wall, you see a bedroom on the other side.
You clearly see footprints in the downy carpet of dust covering the workshop floor.
Is this where the colonel used to stay or something?
Jackpot. These, unlike everything else here, are new.
Someone's been here within the last week or two.
3 weeks maximum from the dust coverage. It could easily have been 1 week too. You know, officer.
He looks at you.
This is good. He likes it. There's a little smile there, in the dark of the workshop.
It was a stereo investigation after all. It has now converged with our main investigation, adding a new fact to consider.
Okay, what does this mean?
It means someone snuck through what seems like a secret route, behind our rape victim's room, in the recent weeks. This may prove to be significant.
I told you it would be. Let's have a closer look then.
Large prints, most likely made by Boots. The size is hard to determine. Soul could be bigger than Vamp. The soles have left a pattern, uniform, horizontal lines. One person has been here. They've gone back and forth. The tips point both ways.
The prints look like one person went back and forth.
Between that and that.
Elevator. This print doesn't look like the odd soul print we found at the hanging camp. It's probably the Colonel, yeah.
The size looks about the same, actually. They're not the same shoe, but they could be the same person.
Doesn't seem like the worker's boots from the hang, does it?
No. These little horizontal lines are different. They look custom-made to me. Or some kind of foreign print. Hard to say. Still a boot, though.
Everything around you is quiet. The prints crisscross the workshop floor.
Let's move on. Is that a cradle? Pinball machine has been taken apart and gutted. Pinball maker's coat. Now I've got speed. Saint San Baptiste Peptide. This bright orange bottle, a medicine bottle, declares the name Peptide in a sunny, happy manner. Someone has lost the bottle. Who cares? Pinball maker's coat. This dusty old coat used to belong to someone called M. Knifelocks. The name is stitched into the silk lining. It smells of moths and ancient engine grease. It fits you perfectly. A strange, lonely emotion fills you when you tighten the belt around your waist. Ah, yeah. Oh, yeah. That'll do it. White envelope. A white envelope with a stamp attached to the upper right corner. Handed to you by Everard Clare. Inside some legal documents with two names printed on them. Isabel Sadie and Lillian Carter. Both signatures are required.
You take the legal documents out of the envelope. A 12 to 40 month construction period and the zoning plan in the addendum.
Look at the zoning plan.
The youth center cuts into the ocean like the bow of some great modern ship. Apparently, it's going to cover most, if not all, of the street and the square between the existing houses. It's 3 stories tall.
Kim, what do you think this is?
I'm no property lawyer, but it looks fine. I like the print size. They're not selling or leasing anything. It's not a perfect solution, but...
Let's use logic. Try to find a loophole in the deal.
There is no loophole.
No loophole.
The simple truth is, the current residents are going to lose their street access, and for the next 12 to 40 months, their lives will be dominated by constant construction noise right next door.
Wait, what are the ramifications of this?
Once the construction starts, it'll probably take a few months, a year maybe, for even the most stubborn occupants to get tired of living like this. After that, they'll sell their property for cheap and move out.
Look, Kim, point to the photocopy. These people are gonna have to move away. Can we do something about it? That'll be tough on the villagers, but I guess that's just the cost of progress.
I should have seen it.
Lieutenant frowns as he reads over the document again.
Everard probably has eyes on us, but we could try to get other people to sign this instead of those listed. Or you could forge their signatures yourself. By the time he finds out, we'll already be gone.
Everard's people could be watching you here. Alright, let's do it somewhere else. Dried maybells. This is the wildflower you caught. While the bouquet of mugettes that you found on the whirling roof. It's shedding its petals quickly in your pocket.
6 crumbling petals rest on your palm. They're white, a bell-shaped crown.
What is this, Kim?
This is the Insulindian lily, called Maybells or Lucille's tears during the Revolution. Girls used to pin these on soldiers before sending them off to battle.
This flower is a spring flower, but it's a bit early for that, isn't it?
What is the revolution?
A big political and military conflict. Ask around or buy a book.
You pinned them. Which side?
The revolutionaries, so the communards and the anarchists. White's their color, but the custom started in the suzerain's army, so it held meaning for the kingsmen too. It's about girls and boys more than sides. Girls sending off boys who are going to their deaths, then also dying themselves in the ruins from dysentery and consumption. It's a symbol of the Civil War.
Does this flower blossom in early spring?
Yes, but not this early. Not to my knowledge. It looks dried, preserved.
Is there a coincidence, it being on the roof?
Maybe. Maybe not. We'll see.
Very well.
The petals feel dry and fragile in your hand.
Anyway, now I look dapper. Let's continue. Schematics for a pinball machine, futurism themed. Most our tools and replacement parts line the shelves. Small windows taped shut with black plastic. You can't see outside. Pinball's wide Diora, the black glass shows a female figure in mourning. Note NB, the spare key is tied to the push outside the corner room window. Outside the corner room window. Yeah, I'm finding more stuff from containers.
Over there, in the corner.
The pinball machine?
Not just any pinball machine. This is the pinnacle of pinball.
I can't even see.
Cornelius Gordy.
I think that's the point.
It's lit. You can't wait to get your hands on it.
It's actually lit. Kim, are you seeing what I'm seeing? Point to the machine. Let's take a closer look. Pull out the machine.
The pinball machine. Gordy's Goats. A classic.
Wait, you've played it?
A little.
Feels like a lot. Too much to play it again.
Ah, great.
Cornelius Gordy and the Mountain Goats reads the golden lettering on top of the back box. There's a small column of text underneath. The machine is coin operated.
No, this is a Disco Elysium.
Get the game on, Fingerboy. Those flippers are ready.
Lean closer and to read the text.
Above the painting of a mustached man climbing a hill, a column reads, inspired by the legend of Cornelius Gordy, taken on the world's tallest peak, Corpus Muindi. The Mesk legend holds that when the nation is in danger, heroic Gordy shall return and save his people.
Well, that's a lot of text. Inspect the playing field.
The theme of the game is to explore Gordy's climb through the perspective of goats and to ascend to the top of the mountain in a time of trouble.
In a pinball machine?
The peak of the mountain is at the top of the playfield. All the balls have small goat icons on them and represent the goats as they race up and down the mountain. Areas around the playfield represent Gordy's climb, places he was said to have camped, which the goats can discover. Get them to the summit.
What's with all the goats?
Indeed. Think of them as balls.
They are balls. Alright, let's insert the coin.
It takes a while to get into a rhythm, but
Gordy
pretty
ball is
soon
lit.
you're able to keep 3 goat-faced balls in play with relative ease.
Oh, 3 balls at the same time contained.
Go, go, Fingerboy.
I feel sorry for the goats. If they only knew the kind of guy old Cornelius really was.
Mate, what kind of guy was he then?
The kind of a guy who uses the word savages a lot when recounting his travels. A masked nationalist.
A racist mountaineer?
An avid huntsman too. He was often photographed in his dining hall, surrounded by wall-mounted hunting trophies from every continent.
That is not cool. Technically, the human beings are at the top of the food chain, so...
He also hit his wife and kids. Other people's kids too.
Other people's
Sometimes pets. Hateful little man. But you seem to be having fun.
I'm pretty good at this. Enough with this. Enough with the fun.
Your game is definitely improving. The jolly goats are flying all over the board, and although a few plummet to their deaths, you're never left with less than 3. Suddenly, a special passage leading to the summit slides open at the top of the board. This is where the balls need to go.
Concentrate and aim for the narrow passage.
Maneuvering a goat ball into a position for a perfect hit isn't easy.
Yeah, when there's so many balls.
Fall to their deaths. But finally, the opportunity presents itself. One of them gets through. Tiny hammer shatters something inside the machine. Something glass.
Glass?
The words "pale rupture" light up on the speaker panel, and the machine starts filling with a thick, milky fog. Something's happening.
What? It's gonna make me lose.
Congratulations. This is where the game ends. It's a cheap way of getting more money out of the players. A stupid, nihilistic finale.
There's so much fog, you can barely see anything. Some is actually leaking out of the machine, and one by one, your goats start slipping, disappearing into the milky nothingness.
That's cheating.
This can be navigated. The balls leave almost imperceptible disruptions in the fog.
I can actually
Use them to
echolocate them.
calculate where they hit next.
Yeah. I can just tell by sound. Use audio.
You're down to your last goat, going mostly by sound. Eyes are useless at this point, but that goat is something special. 5 times you snatch him back from the jaws of death.
Why they even make these if it's impossible to win? Kim, it can be done. Just watch.
I am. I've seen it before. Played it too. You will eventually make a mistake and then it's all over.
Why they even make these if it's impossible to win? Why they make these if it's impossible to win? Stay on the ball. Understand ball games.
How, if you can't even see it? The last goat plummets into the fog with almost suicidal glee. There goes nothing, finger boy.
Dang it. Alright, let's open this up.
You see a heavy steel door with a prominent dimple lock.
The door's connected to the one upstairs, but how do we get through?
There must be a key somewhere. Probably somewhere in the whirling. It's not too important. We can get in and out using the roof door.
Oh, so I can't open this door? Shit. Actually, let's try another game.
The machine is dead and silent. It needs serious maintenance before anyone can play again.
You only had one chance? One chance to miss your chance to blow? Shit. Oh well.
This small elevator is dimly lit by a bulb that's been glowing for ages. The latticed cage is open, inviting you to step inside.
Look in.
Smells of nougat and sweat. Your head brushes up against the ceiling.
Oh, nougat.
There is a control panel to your right, and just enough room for 2 people to fit in.
It's almost like I took this elevator down.
The maintenance card under the control panel reads, Last maintenance, 10th July, 88.
88? It's 51 now.
This elevator must have been used to transport pinball machines to and from the upstairs workshop.
Look at the elevator controls.
There are large rectangular buttons, monter, descend, and an international call for emergency assistance. That 3rd one appears to be broken. A small steel plaque reads Halter 800. Halter is a Koningsteiner lift company who went out of business a long time ago.
It says the maintenance was in for 88.
That it does. I say, let's brave it.
This elevator was last maintained in the future?
No, it was maintained in 88 of the previous century.
So it's not a message from the future. That's disappointing. That means it's not really that safe, is it?
No, I think the bureaucrats just forgot about this backroom elevator after the revolution.
So it's mostly pinball machines riding this elevator.
Seems so, although it's pretty quaint for a freight elevator.
It's golden in the dark. Close the doors and go up. Alright. Actually... Well...
So this is where they brought 40 pinball machines to fix them up.
Yeah.
A long time ago. Everything is covered with dust now. The lieutenant looks around the dusty, crowded room, inspecting the tools on the shelf.
Looks like they gave up on fixing the pinball machines at some point. This used to be a pinball workshop.
At some point, 20 years ago, 15 maybe, before pinball went out of vogue. Looks like it. I'm guessing Martinez North 22 used to be a pinball arcade before it became a hostel. There are machines left over.
A creak. Some dust falls off a shelf.
Downstairs in the hall, next to the main door. One of them even works. I've seen one of the artists bang away at it.
Remember the dice maker? Then that means...
Whirling in Rags was once the East Delta Pinball Arcade. This is all left over from that. Ah, yeah.
Ah, yes. As the novelty dice maker said, this has absolutely nothing to do with the case, I'm sure. But I do like a nice little connection.
But then it went bankrupt. Your skin crawls from making the connection.
The entity is here. Does this mean that Whirling in Rags actually really is part of the Doom commercial area?
If that's true, then our cafeteria manager is not going to like it. We should tell him what we found up here, omitting that suspicion.
No, wait.
He does not appear to be the kind of man who likes his establishment to be part of a neighborhood ghost story about bankruptcy.
Stupid superstition. But still, it would be interesting to see what the cafeteria manager...
Definitely interesting.
It's not a ghost story. It's a curse, and Gart ought to be made knowledgeable so he could perform counterspells.
So you can hire me so I can actually, I don't know. Help him avert danger. Or some shit. Anyway. I need to get the fuck out of here. Where am I going over there?
This window is pristine.
I don't want to go to the window, I want to go down there. I'm running late. Get out of my way. Hello.
Hello again, officers.
Okay, nothing new.
As you approach the metal grill, you can hear several voices having what appears to be an animated discussion.
Look at that red paraphernalia.
This must be it. Beyond this door lies the beating heart of radical communism in Martinez. Somehow, the night air softens the smell of trash and sea brine. As the breeze pulls through the canvas like a shuttle through a loom, you catch a hint of something unexpected. Something earthy, warm, and burnt.
Burnt?
The acrid smell of failure.
Oh, failure, of course.
No, that's just slightly burnt coffee.
Oh.
A smell you would recognize anywhere.
Slightly burnt coffee. Don't burn your coffee, man.
Just look at these pigs sniffing about after hours.
Why didn't you say the secret door is right behind you? Hey, it's past curfew. Go to bed, Cindy.
Go ahead and arrest me, officer. I swear I'll go peacefully.
You can feel smoke through the dark.
The metal grill is cool to the touch. You notice the lieutenant is looking uncustomarily anxious. His posture is rigid. His right hand hovers near the zipper of his jacket.
Oh.
He wants so badly to draw his armistice, but he also doesn't want to draw it.
Relax. Are you okay, Kim? Relax. They're only communists. See nothing.
Something's not right here. The equation doesn't quite balance.
Takes a deep breath.
Which is just to say, We should be prepared for any eventuality.
Try to listen.
You can make out at least 2 separate voices. 2 voices, both male, approximately early 20s.
Careful with those now. I have it. It's going to work. I can feel it.
Bang on the grill.
The clang of metal reverberates all along the scaffolding.
I think they're making
the
bombs.
Voices coming from the other side fall silent.
Who's there? Is that you, Maurice?
It's not Maurice, it's the police. That's right, it is I, Maurice. You're a communist, I'm looking for some communists. So stupid.
Who said communist? Did we say communist? Get out of here.
Listen, I've already built like 0.0001% of communism now, but now I need to get organized. Can you help me?
For a moment, silence.
What's the passphrase?
It's blessed are the sausage grinders. We await the silent mole empire. It's disco supernova. Is it 1, 2, 3, 4? Remember Dobreva and Abadanaise? Abadanaise? I know you're kind of free. Can you just let me in? Dobreva and Abadanaise?
There's no response. You begin to wonder whether they've slipped out some back way. No, they're still there. You can feel them back there.
I can feel them.
All right. The key's taped to the back of the door frame. Just make sure you put it back when you're done, or we'll all be locked out. And do watch the concrete. It just kind of falls away, in places.
Charmant. After you, detective.
Have fun at your underground meeting, Pig. Hope it's a blast.
Alright.
The 2 young men are either oblivious to or ignoring your entrance. Their attentions are fixed on whatever it is they're stacking in the middle of the floor.
They're making those domino thingies.
Matchboxes, it appears.
I think it's holding, Alexis.
Oh my god. They're just building...
It is. It's holding.
Architecture.
Careful, careful.
Student communist. Sweet.
Damn. Hardly any difference.
The young man shakes his head, and then looks up at you and the lieutenant with barely concealed irritation.
You two. You are late.
Late for what?
They should know the meeting starts at 10 p.m. sharp.
Looks up at you and squints. Oh yeah. Yeah, that. I hate when people sit like that. Sit normally. They sit on top of the thing.
1 leader and 1 follower. The most ancient power dynamic.
Yeah. Leader's me.
Just a moment. Could this be the former owner of a certain jacket you acquired recently?
What, the white one?
Don't let them see you flustered, sire. Play along.
Before we move on, do you recognize this jacket? Show him this Ceram Mirazian jacket. Not exactly easy to find. What am I late for exactly? Play along. My apologies, comrades. I had to be sure I wasn't being tailed by unclassed enemies. Yeah. Adhere to the drama, I guess.
We all have to take precautions, especially during these delicate times. What matters is that you've made it, and that you've done the reading.
Uh-oh. No one said anything about reading. You'll just have to win this one.
Where is this reading? I thought it was a revolutionary group. I see someone misunderstanding. No one mentioned any reading. Kim, did you do the reading? Yeah, the reading, yes. I've definitely done that.
You have? Excellent. Let's hear your critique then.
I like the characters and the plot. I thought the themes were interesting. There were too many words. Yeah, way too many words.
Too many words?
Yes, but the writer just cuffed you. I'm sure it'll be fine.
It doesn't sound like they've done the reading, Steban.
Well, this is getting awkward. I'm not sure what you're expecting to find here then.
There's profound consternation in his voice. You suspect it's about something bigger than your not having done the reading.
Maybe they can explain themselves.
What exactly are you two doing here?
In the most generous sense, I would say we're cultivating revolutionary consciousness.
Yes, that's probably the best way to describe it.
But more specifically, we are running a reading group. The most rigorous and theoretically advanced materialist reading group in Martinaise.
Comrade Steban is a great discussion leader, one of the best at the university.
It's obvious they take this group of theirs extremely seriously. Whatever you do, don't compare it to a common book club.
Sounds just like a regular book club. It's where I can square off in a theory combat. Sounds like a place for intense intellectual engagement. Exactly my kind of jam. It sounds just like a regular book club.
It's really nothing like that. A book club is a place for talking about the plot points of bourgeois social novels and sipping effervescent cocktails.
That doesn't sound so bad. In any case, it's healthier than certain other after-hours pursuits I've seen officers engage in.
Gives you a pointed look. Didn't realize they taught radical Mazovian theory in the universities. Okay, so what does your reading group actually read? I get the idea. Let me ask you about something else.
Huh. As though you can call that problem teaching.
One thing you learn quickly at university is that you're not going to find a real education in any lecture hall or discussion seminar.
We are post-attendance, basically.
Exactly. The only worthwhile part of the so-called École Normale de Revachol is the library. That's where we've made our greatest critical strides.
Kim, can we arrest these kids for truancy?
They are not primary school delinquents. They are university students. Attendance isn't compulsory. Besides, we are not the Skip Squad.
The Counter-Truancy Task Force, or Skip Squad, is the division of the RCM that drives around in wagons looking for delinquent minors. It's generally considered a punitive assignment for underperforming officers.
There's actually a task force? Okay, so what does your reading group actually read?
We study all the foundational texts of Mazovian theory, of course. Just last week we finished the second volume of Puncher and Watman's Innocence of Capital.
Truly extraordinary.
And before that we spent 6 weeks on State and Plasm.
Uh-oh. You can feel your attention span rapidly deteriorating.
Let your mind wander.
Your attention detaches. The voices of the young men fade away. It's a cool evening, you notice.
Listen for night sounds.
Out beyond the dull chatter, you catch the sound of a distant seabird, and of course, the sound of the large stretches of canvas that cover the missing sections of wall. The way they billow in the night breeze reminds you of something.
Patch of ocean turned on its side. Woman's skirt swelling in the breeze. Wild beast tangled in a sheet. Woman's skirt.
The thought is almost too much to bear. What you wouldn't give to glimpse the bare legs behind it. The more it hurts, the more you have to have it. Slowly, too slowly, the pain fades from your side. You turn your attention to the two young men, who appear just about finished.
And before that, there was Abelard in Pain Infernal.
But, of course, our special emphasis is on the theories of Ignace Nilsson and his followers, especially the inframaterialists.
Wait, who are these inframaterialists?
You're not familiar with them? It's pretty advanced stuff. You may not be ready for it yet, John.
The two young men exchange skeptical side glances. Okay, but then who is this Ignace Nilsson guy?
Only Krasmazov's most trusted lieutenant, the evangelist of the revolution, and a founding father of the People's Republic of Samara.
It's hard to overstate how unimpressed he is that you've never heard of this world historical individual.
He also happens to be the greatest communist theorist after Mazov himself. It was Nilsson who first postulated the existence of ideological plasm, which forms the basis of inframaterialist theory.
Plasm, huh? Sounds like a hell of a drug. You might want to ask about it. The young man sighs. His companion looks about furtively.
Did this reading group have anything to do with the lynching?
Lynching? No. We're not an operational cell.
Operational?
We think of ourselves as more of an intellectual vanguard.
Okay, well, what's your group's stance on the lynching?
Our stance? What? Do you want to know if the SRV has established a party line on the lynchings in Martinez?
Two young men look at each other.
Though historically speaking, the SRV has supported direct action against right-wing paramilitary squads, especially when they are doing the Indo-tribes' dirty work.
Indo-tribes?
Good point. So as a provisional matter, I can say we support it.
Support it?
Are they being sarcastic? You feel like you're caught in some elaborate joke labyrinth, but it's impossible to see your way through. It's always that way. Beneath the crust of irony, there's a molten sincerity that threatens to erupt forth. You may witness it yet.
Is your reading group affiliated with the Union somehow?
No, we're an independent organization. We acknowledge and respect the Union's efforts, but our interests are more theoretical than Mr. Clare's.
He speaks the truth.
So what's your stance on crime in general?
That's easy. Crime is simply the inevitable expression of the injustice and incoherence embedded within capitalism itself.
Delivered with the smug assurance of a schoolboy reciting a maxim he's committed to memory.
It's a symptom, in other words, not a cause.
He waves his hand as though there is all there is to say on the subject of crime.
His companion can barely suppress a yawn.
I think crimes just happen whenever there's humans involved. Only humans commit crimes. You never hear of animals committing crimes. Are there any operational communists in Martinez?
No, unfortunately. The communards were hunted down and killed nearly to a man. All that's left of them are bones and old rifles.
Like this one. Show him the old Bell Margrave rifle. Right, they all got shot in the head just like the anarchists. Well, that's too bad. You like this one?
His companion's eyes widen as you hold up the ancient weapon.
Is it stirring something within them?
He's practically itching to stick that thing in someone's face and pull the trigger.
Really?
Yes, like that one. I wonder how many of these are still lying around in cellars or sealed up behind the masonry.
Knits his brows together and then looks up.
Can I hold it?
Here. Give him the rifle. I prefer you didn't. Yeah, sure.
It's heavier than I was expecting.
Can't use it. Rifle rests on his open palms. Its position reminds you of something.
Though what, exactly, you can't say. He turns the rifle over again, admiring the glint of light off the oily barrel. When he's finished, he returns the rifle to you with a nod of appreciation.
Yeah, it's a good rifle, isn't it? I got 4 points. I want to. But maybe not. Maybe I should forget this. Mazovian socioeconomics. But I'm currently kind of engaged in that, so maybe I'll keep it for now. Where's the rest of the reading group?
What do you mean? This is the reading group.
So there's just two of you? Shouldn't a group have, like, more people in it? Two is all you need. Me and Kim are the same way. Turn to Kim. Yep.
Kim and I.
Lieutenant mutters under his breath. He scribbles something in his notebook, but adds nothing else.
We're in something of a rebuilding phase.
Some of our former comrades didn't have the ideological fortitude our work demands.
Okay, but what happened to them?
Intellectual attrition is maybe the best way to describe it. Felix said he couldn't keep up with the reading on top of his classwork. And Susanna wanted to read text other than Mazovian theory. Like novels, if you can believe it.
Novels. Unbelievable. Shake your head. I like a good novel every now and then. Maybe you just haven't found the right group yet.
We've tried recruiting new members, but unfortunately the current intellectual climate is pretty hostile to inframaterialist thought. These days, if you're on the left, the Ascendant schools are the Godwaldians and their iconoclasts.
Don't forget about Maurice and the turnips.
Right. Then there was the whole turnip debacle.
I don't understand what you're talking
Whatever
about.
this turnip business is about, one thing is perfectly clear. These young students have a much deeper understanding of communism than you do.
I believe that.
You could learn a thing or two from them. If you can convince them you're one of them.
What's so bad about the Godwaldians?
They're the most depressing school of communism. They love writing long books with a patina of Mazovian theory to cover up their cheap psychologizing.
A gang of cheap psychologists and intellectual midgets. Typical Godwalders, in other words.
It's okay for Uli to say that, because his dad is from Godwald.
What's so depressing about the theories?
The Godwald school believe that intellectuals as a class are incapable of sparking revolutionary change. So all they can do is critique capitalism from inside itself.
In other words, they have lost faith in their own relevance.
I see.
That's why they spend all their time smoking cigarettes and writing long works of criticism that make you want to commit suicide.
Sounds miserable. Sounds rewarding, actually. Yeah, sounds miserable.
It is miserable. That's probably why they're always committing suicide.
Oh. That's not good.
You see, the Gottwald school look like communists. They talk like communists. But scratch the patina and you'll see beneath that they're just depressed liberals who've read too many books.
Okay, but what about the iconoclasts?
For starters, they love talking about beans.
Beans? What's wrong with beans? I like beans. No beans for me, I can't stand the stuff.
You're no iconoclast then. They're obsessed with beans. They love thinking about beans. They love counting beans. But most of all, they love building models to predict how many beans there'll be in the future.
You know, I actually tried beans. I looked at beans and said, oh, it looks great. Everyone has beans with bread. And so I tried beans and they were terrible.
Nota bene, iconoclast is an extra pejorative form of the already pejorative name, Mazovian economists, a moderate school of Mazovianism which advocates the gradual transition to communism through carefully managed economic modernization rather than violent social revolution.
They're by far the most bean-centric school of communism.
Advocates a gradual transition to communism through careful managed economic modernization. Well, they sound peaceful at least.
Ah yes, the much maligned bean counters, ensconced in their think tanks and high-rises, believing they can save the world through a series of incremental, assiduously technocratic reforms.
I don't get it. Are the beans a metaphor? Isn't it good to know how many beans they are? Spawn's making progress through moderate economic reforms.
Oh, please. There's nothing moderate about their love for counting beans. If I were a Gottwaldian, I would probably diagnose them with Bonenfixierung.
The fuck?
You see, iconoclasts claim to be communists, but in reality they're just liberals with hard-ons for spreadsheets.
What's wrong with spreadsheets? What about the liberals? Are they liberals too?
Of course not. The only people who actually call themselves liberals are mouth-foaming reactionaries.
Reactionaries.
Basically indistinguishable from fascists. You'd need an X-ray machine to tell the difference.
What about Cindy? Is she part of the group?
Cindy is... how to describe her role?
A role?
Something of an ideological auxiliary, perhaps.
Ideological auxiliary?
Yes. That's exactly how I would put it. And naturally, we support her radical counter-liberal aesthetics.
But she refuses to submit an essay, so we can't call her a member of the group per se.
Essay? I'm not going to submit an essay.
That doesn't stop her from using the room for studio space, of course.
You say something about turnips?
It's an unfortunate story. You see, our ex-comrade Maurice is something of an economist.
He's studying macro
iconoclast?
and microeconomics.
Wow, a real intellectual, it sounds like.
Lieutenant arches his eyebrows.
Right. So a few weeks ago, we were discussing the extra physical capabilities of the revolutionary state. And Maurice said, what were his exact words, Ulex's?
It was unbelievable. He said, turnips don't care if they are grown by communists, moralists, or Vulcan. They grow just the same.
That's true, they do.
Basically, he was rejecting the whole foundation of inframaterialist theory.
What is this inframaterialist business they keep blathering about? You've never heard of anything like it.
Remind me what inframaterialist theory says about turnips again.
Simply that under suitably revolutionary conditions, crop yields naturally increase relative to non-revolutionary crops, which Maurice somehow has the gall to deny.
What?
Susanna said that he has been hanging out with some non-communists lately.
For us, the question boiled down to, if you don't even accept the basic ideas of Nielsen and inframaterialist theory, why are you in the reading group?
Totally understand. I don't understand at all. So you expelled Maurice from that reading group over an argument about turnips?
Well, it wasn't so much that he was expelled.
He just quit coming. We haven't seen him around for weeks.
I've heard enough. Let's talk about something else.
Go ahead.
What are you doing with those matchboxes just now?
The young man frowns at the little pile of boxes on the floor.
I don't see him anymore.
Nothing, just messing around until the meeting started.
They're watching those matchboxes awfully intently for two guys who are just messing around.
Well, let's mess around too.
It's almost as though they were trying to create the most unstable structure they could, with predictable results.
Is the reading group accepting new members?
We typically only accept new members once per semester. There's this whole process with essays and presentations on assigned topics.
The young man turns to his companion.
But given that we have some extra seating at the moment, I guess we could be convinced to expedite an application or two.
Steban, you can't be serious. For these gendarmes?
Hey, and for Cindy as well. I'll get her in.
I am serious. As materialists, we've got to adapt to conditions as they are. Besides, he'll still need to pass the interview portion of the entrance process.
Turns back to you.
Assuming he's even still interested, that is.
Proud bookshop ruminant. That's enough for tonight. Will you still be here if I have more questions?
Sure. We're here most every night. Maybe we'll catch you again.
Every night.
Sleep well, gendarme.
Oh, nice. What's this? Reflective construction. What? Construction vest? A ludicrously reflective safety vest like those favored by construction and road repair crews. Comes with a replaceable battery pack. A battery pack. Let's see if you know deep sea anemone. Anemone. Oh, whatever. Coffee. At the bottom of the pot, a black sludge rise from the shadowy sea. As it reads, under the cobblestones, communism. So it says, no war but class war. Rickety easels surrounded by pots of gouache. Cindy's, no doubt. Could it be the Phasmid? No, probably not. I have to think about the cracks sputtering out across the floor. I think these guys are gonna fall in. At the end of the game, they're just gonna fall in. Hey, Cindy.
Hello again, officers.
Okay, that's nothing. Anyway, we're going to tell God about his current situation. Not time yet. I don't see anymore. Hey, guard.
Hey, was there something you... Another
Nothing.
thing. Great. I love those.
How if I told you to go into the back room behind the blue steel door?
Oh, okay. Well, I did hear you make noise back there, so good for you.
Aren't you gonna ask me what's back there?
Okay, what is back there?
Skeletons. A mausoleum of the dead. Pinball machines. A pinball workshop. Nothing. The black gaping maw at the end of time.
Yes, haha. What's actually behind there? There is no gaping maw. If you don't want to tell me, you don't have to. That's okay.
But please do still tell me.
Pinball machines. A pinball workshop.
Ha! I knew it. I've always wondered where those machines by the door came from. And they told me there was some kind of pinball thing here too. I knew it. Were there any back there? In working order, I mean.
Why? You want to play? Because I might be up for a game. Didn't check. Pinball isn't relevant to the investigation. Didn't check. Pinball is stupid.
No, I was just wondering if you found pinball machines there.
He was wondering about something business related, about how much money he could make of one.
Think of turning this place back into a pinball arcade? If you're thinking of selling those pinball machines, I want a fat cut. See, sweet shit. Beat your chest. I'm a disruptor. Do a capitalist plot coming up.
Those machines are whirling property. But if it makes you feel any better, I'm not planning to sell them. It wouldn't hurt to get a little life in here. Other than the hellish karaoke machine. That one's always causing trouble.
Yeah, those numbers he's adding up must be making good sense to him right now. He should still know. You have to be forewarned about these things.
There's a peephole in the wall.
What wall?
Upstairs in the secret back room right next to Clash's bedroom. Found it when I found the pinball machines.
I'll have it fixed at once. Thank you for letting me know. I assure you, the whirling does not abide spying on its guests.
What a shame to fix such a good peephole.
Wouldn't you keep the hole there? Maybe there's some hottie staying in that room. Wink.
Absolutely not. That would be idiotic. I have no idea why you're even saying this right now.
In your defense, neither do I.
Alright, you've been notified.
Thank you. I'll patch it up personally. Was there something else about the establishment?
I have to warn you, I may have discovered that the whirling is part of the doomed commercial area.
What? Why would you say that? We're at a completely different address from that whole thing.
So he knows of the doomed commercial area and its address. He's thought about this.
Wait, so you know of the curse? The whirling is listed on the intercom outside as one of the businesses in Building B. Should get your wiring fixed. I'm trying to call and couldn't reach you.
Everyone knows of it. I've been working here for a long time, and that intercom has never been used by the whirling.
Hold on, not once? Isn't that already a sign of decline? The whirling was once the East Delta Pinball Arcade before it failed. It's only a matter of time before the whirling fails too. Whirling was once the East Delta Pinball Arcade, which failed. Now perhaps the whirling will escape the curse.
It's a sign of the whirling in rags not being part of the doomed commercial area. If anything, we're revitalizing this neighborhood.
Relax, Mr. Gart. I'm sure there is no doom. He simply wants to share his discoveries with you.
Does this look like part of a doomed commercial area? This pre-revolutionary tilework? These high ceilings? The nice rooms? Well, most of the rooms. For 14 years, man. That's how long I've worked here. I've kept this place up through hail and through sleet. Fuck me, if some doom ghost.
He stays his voice.
He's done a fine job too. Though he's spoken of the place dismissively before, the hostel is actually very important to him.
Yeah. You really care about the whirling, huh? Who owns this place? What about the other cafeterias you manage?
Yeah, it's slowly growing on me again. It's beautiful in its own way, especially for this neighborhood. I've been trying to keep it that way. Even if it is part of the damn doomed commercial area.
Ah, so you finally admit it. Shouldn't be so worried about that later, you know.
Yes, your police skills have delivered. I'm sure you'll get a commendation. Maybe even a promotion.
Who owns this place?
Some real estate management company. They never come around here, just collect money from afar. Honestly, I think some money laundering might be involved.
And who named it Whirling in Rags?
Well, it sure as hell wasn't the real estate company.
It was you?
You look surprised. What? It's a great name, I know. Cafeteria managers come up with great names too. It's from a song.
A song?
Hail, Holy Queen by the Ateniers. Hail, Holy Queen of the Sea. You're whirling in rags, you're vast and you're sad.
Oh. Can I sing that?
Good pick.
Lieutenant nods. How about those other cafeterias you mentioned?
What about
I manage.
one is a basement dive frequented by chain-smoking communists. I can't tell you how sick I am of Kraz Mazov and Ignis Nielsen and all those old ghosts.
He's hesitating, not sure if he should share this information with you. Encourage him.
He doesn't have to tell you anything he doesn't want to, no. And the others?
The other is a kebab cart. It's very successful in its way, but it's nothing like the whirling.
Wait, you said kebabs? Good luck to you with this place then. Too bad it's all doom then. Let's be doom and gloom.
Whatever. Was there anything else? Because I need to think about how I'm going to get those pinballs in here. Yes?
Tremble. The time is now. Ta'ola.
What? What time?
Time for the show. For Ta'ola.
Ta'ola.
The hallowed time of fear and disintegration. A countdown has begun. All will collapse on itself. The world will disappear into a single grain of blackness. All sound will be muted. All life will scream.
Ta'ola, what's that?
Ulogu Theodos. Xeno Zausin. Ipoli Osidien. Echondes Fronisin.
Wait, what? When did this countdown begin?
Monday morning. The moment you arrived in this reality are the first crack in the sheer face of God. From you it will spread.
It's because of the insane world ending I've been saying, isn't it? Proceed. Yeah, I think the time is now. Maybe later.
Yes, you spoke the words of the Palindropos and the houses of Pericarnassus. Items, people, even words will tumble. All will lose its meaning in the coming years. That is why you marked yourself.
Am I sure it's not just a joke or some kind of coping mechanism? I'm a little afraid. I do think the world might end soon. Yeah, I'm gonna opt out of the whatever it is. This was a mistake.
It's totally also a coping mechanism.
Oh, fantastic. I'm a little afraid.
So you should be. The world island crumbles at your feet, and in the far plain, Palindropos.
Palindropos.
Perhaps. Just a thought. This has something to do with the hangover.
Yeah.
The face of the woman fractures. There will be herd killing. We all become vapor.
Let's get rid of this. Confirm. Right. Cop of the Apocalypse. Rhetoric, Rambling Madman. Wasteland of Reality. 20 hours. Let's do Cop of the Apocalypse. Now 3 more points. Wanna put 1 more into Composure. Let's do this again. Hey, dude.
Hi again, Gendarme.
way he carries himself.
Could he be
Oh, nice.
a member of the homosexual underground?
Homosexual underground? What?
This sexual thing seems interesting. Ask around. Become involved.
What?
Just pointing it out. We're not talking about some kind of cult with members here. You made it up.
Are you part of the homosexual underground?
The homosexual underground?
The smoker sits up immediately, his eyes wide with amused surprise. A honeyed smile lingers on his lips.
Why, yes, I am, officer. Why? Do you want to investigate?
I just wanted to know whether you're one of them. Yes, I want to hear more about this homosexual underground you're a part of.
Oh, it's a pleasure group. A Sub Rosa pleasure group congregating in cellars under the cover of night. Saturday night. Sometimes even Friday night.
What about Thursday night?
Or Thursday night. Sometimes the congregating doesn't even end. It carries on into our daily life.
He lowers his voice conspiratorially and looks around. Why do you convene? What do you do?
Oh, we're ambitious. We want to destroy the last vestiges of meaning, the last things people in Rebishul have to hold on to, the true symbols of security. The meaning of man and woman, mother and father, their marriage.
What?
Everything will be constantly shifting and moving under our rule. The future will belong to a circus of identities just spinning around, surreal and unreal. You won't even know who you are anymore.
Like what's currently happening right now? Oh. I like knowing who I am. Does it have anything to do with disco? Yeah, does it have anything to do with disco?
Yes, we listen to a lot of disco. Some say we engineered disco to spread our vision of a vertiginous, ever-changing society, where all there is a razzle-dazzle of gold. We are going to change the family unit with all this razzmatazz and finger dancing. And with mysteries, of course the mysteries are also of sexual nature, very esoteric.
That much fun should be illegal. No, that's not me. I do like disco. Maybe I should get into it.
You can't just get into it. You have to be born into it. One is either already in the homosexual movement or forever excluded from it.
What if I can't remember whether I am in it or not? What if I can't remember anything about my life aside from the fact that I like disco? Okay, then I'm definitely not in.
Beautiful. Beautiful. That's exactly what we're looking for. Who knows, maybe you were homosexual in the past. Maybe all of that has been repressed.
Took his hand around you.
I have to say that you do look like someone who might be part of the underground. You have that very distinctive, I can't understand what's going on here look.
Okay. Okay. I have to think about it. This is gonna be like 20-hour mind project for me. 20 hours at least.
Absolutely wonderful.
Homosexual.
Goodbye, gendarme.
Oh, is it actually 20 hours? 8 hours. Oh, it's actually not that bad. And there's no drawbacks to it either. Oh, you know what? I might just take off some other stuff to see what these stuff are. Let's see. Copy the Apocalypse, that's what I'm doing right now. Volumetric shit compressor. Called the Mama D'Aqua. Plus 3 perception. Of course I'm gonna keep that. Shamrock Shuffle. Nah, I can go. Alright, so internalize homosexual underground. And you know what? I'll get rid of this as well. Precarious world. Alright. Wasteland of reality. Let's see. Well, we Pretty much used up all the day. Speak to the assault victim. Couldn't actually do that. Sign the document. Said the intended signees. Wash your signatures for somewhere private where you can feel safe enough to sleep. Right, I'm actually going to bed, so I'm not sure why you're following me, but whatever. Oh, what's this? Swing between the thought, page 3 girl around your disco. Disco.
You see rows of toy soldiers guarding the rest of the They're not all blue.
Which one?
This set of...
I think their poverty has been exaggerated for effect. When you place them next to the royalists, I don't like either set very much, to be honest.
A typical Martinez streetlight sits...
700 real. A bargain, I dare say. There's also the matter of rewire. The light is well, the most important transformation is the...
Get a line in his face.
Officer, the flashlight, please.
Anyway, let's get out of here. Phasmid.
The trap is full of poor thing.
No, she's still here. Maybe I can ask her about it. Lillian?
The waves are beginning to die down. Look at those little bastards.
Guess not. What's your name?
The old woman still sits in her chair, continuing. The buzz of electric lights blends together with the slow rumble of the ocean waves at night. There's a gap where the name of that song should be. You should ask her about it right now.
You're still up?
Yes, I can't really sleep anymore. Only a few hours a night. It happens when you grow older.
She sloshes the water in the bucket around for a bit.
My suggestion is, don't grow any older than you already are. That's old enough. What's troubling your mind?
What's the song you're humming?
A lullaby my mother used to sing. I sang it to my kids too. It's an old Samaran children's song.
What's it called?
Surrender to the night.
Sounds nice.
Yes, it does.
How can I get her envelope signature? Get in there.
It's getting cold this late in the night. Time to call it a day.
Good night, Kim.
Good night, officer. We'll meet in front of the shack in the morning.
On the table, you see a bowl of...
Anyway, let's start forging.
You take the legal documents out of the envelope, a 12 to 40 month construction period, and the zoning plan in the addendum.
Let's do this. Commence the forgery.
The pen is shaking in your hand as you draw a pathetic little line.
Keep drawing.
The line gets even shakier and starts to curve towards the bottom of the page.
How about I ruin the document?
No, it's just a line. Forgery obviously isn't your strong suit. Sorry for suggesting it. If you get someone to actually sign this, it should be fine.
Put the documents back in the envelope.
An old mirror hangs on the wall.
Anyway, let's sleep, I guess. Nothing to do.
The bed is comforting, if a bit run down. Still, the bed underneath you is soft, if lumpy. Waves wash the sand underneath the hut, then grow distant to your ear. In the quiet hum of the organic heater, you fall asleep.
Like a deftly cast fishing net,
God dang it.
sleep pulls you
This guy
out
again.
of the world and into its dark shore. The rough mesh chafes, tightening around you. It digs into your brain.
Great. This is gonna be really chill. Now show my ass, I know what this is. Yeah, just let me sleep.
How have things been going for you out there? Helped anyone lately? Saved anyone lately? Murdered anyone lately?
No. We just had some conversation and we gave Billy some closure, I guess.
Because you know you are a murderer. A disco music listening psycho killer who offs poor people and then forgets about it.
I don't care. That doesn't scare me. Okay, so I'm a murderer and that's bad. Shut up, I just wanted to sleep.
Hear that? He doesn't even flinch. Iceman doesn't care about killing people. That's nothing to him. Blackwater, under the bridge. The thing he's really scared of is much, much worse than that.
Why are you doing this? I just want to sleep. I can almost see the dark. Where is it?
Don't tell him, sister.
Sister?
It's too bad.
They're right. This is their function. To keep you from it.
Keep me from it. Why are you doing this? I just want to go to sleep. I can almost see the dark.
We're trying to help you. All these processes, these tortures, voices and tremors are all just distractions, flares and countermeasures to keep you from the last dream. The worst of them all.
The last dream?
The last dream will be total annihilation. Cinders peeling off the fuselage. We won't be there to help you anymore, Harry. We will be dormant. You will be naked and alone.
And the air will smell of apricots. Her face forms in summertime. I don't want to anymore. I don't want to think either one of those things. Apricots.
Of hell. An ancient sadness, brother. 10,000 years later, in front of the video rental, there is a warm breath on your face again. Everything is okay again.
Everything is so okay.
Doesn't sound like it will be okay. Can't wait. I can't wait.
Your eyelids flutter open for a moment. When you close them again, you sense the light of the room around you. You're back. In 2 seconds, the alarm will ring.
The last thought in your head before waking is, maybe you shouldn't have seen that stained glass window in the church.
Open your eyes. Oh, nice. Wait, what? Didn't I sleep on the bed? Well, anyway, that has got to be it. Renee. Alright, I could have talked to Renee. Shit. Well, anyway. That's gonna have to be for next time, because I'm done for this time, and yeah, peach, I guess. It's a game. Alright, peach.